The Rogue Room appreciates your recommendation.
Make sure to keep your back straight. What did you say? You interrupted me during my introduction. How dare you? Welcome back to the Rogue Room. How you doing? This is a very unplanned show, generally speaking. So, roll with it. How's it going, folks? Apparently I'm a bottom. Yes, that's where we're going with this now. What's going on? Welcome back. But Abby, our backs are gay. I know, mine's actually quite curved at the moment. I'm not sitting well at all. I need a better chair and probably a better desk, if I'm honest. Something that like my chair could actually sit under. Instead, it's like there's too much solid desk here for me to actually push the desk in to a satisfactory degree. I mean, I could probably feasibly do office work, you know, if I were to keep my back straight-ish. Or at least, you know, have some level of lumbar support. My chair's not terrible. But it's certainly not one of those epic gamer chairs, you know, that you see so many people using and advertising. Anyway, welcome back in. How's it going, folks? I hit the skate park today. I can flex for you, but you can't really see it. There you go. Oos. Use your emotes. Remember, you know, every time, if you've got it, you got to post a gun show every time there's a flex. If you've got you should have the flex emote at this point. You know, you should have the gun show emote at this point. I feel like most people here are subbed anyway. Even if you're not, just use, like, I'm pretty sure there's a channel point reward you can use to unlock an emote if you want to. You should unlock that one specifically. Wait, is it turned on? Did I turn that one on? Suggest a poll. Yo. Choose an emote to unlock. Yeah, you can. You can just choose that one. There you go. Cool. It's the downside of hand rests on your computer chair too. They won't slide under the table surface. There's nowhere for them to slide under here. Because, like, my desk is here, and then there's immediately drawers. And, like, there's just this little nook for where your legs should sit. I mean, and my legs are pretty chunky. My legs are pretty thick as it stands. You know, I've got, as the old adage goes, thick thighs save lives. And I mean, these ain't exactly scrawny. Look at this. I got quadriceps. Awa. What the fuck is awa? Fucking weeb shit. How's it going, folks? What have you been up to? Tell us all about it. Uwu. Owo. Iwi. Wee wee. What are you doing? Why are you getting up? You're gonna... Oh, hang on. The nerd wants to show you her nerd shit. El wee wee.
Set up doing this until 3 a.m.
Yeah, we were up late, and then we didn't finish it.
This is what we do late at night.
Yeah. If anyone wants to, like, you know, content warning for, you know, hot up late sort of
play with toys.
Hobby. Yeah, we do play with toys at 3 a.m. We made an X-wing.
And it does a thing.
Look, ready? Yeah, look at this. It's so cool. Look. We made it. We made a Poggy Woggy X-Wing. It's so cool. And it's got little R2 in there. And Luke, of course. Oh, the front landing gear's fucked. Oh, yeah. Cool. There we go. We gotta find... I want to put it on the shelf somewhere. Behind us. But I gotta find a spot.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, maybe where the portal gun is. Nobody cares about portal anymore.
I care about portal.
Well, I could
It's
get rid
just
of, like,
too
some of
big.
the... Yeah, it is too big. It takes up a lot of space. I could put it somewhere else, but I don't know where. Do you like it? Toys at 3 a.m. Well, at least it wasn't hand-holding. I hate to break it to you. There probably was a little bit of hand-holding last night. I can't confirm. I was very tired, but I think it wouldn't be surprising if we were holding hands at 3 a.m. And apparently holding my wrist. Oop. It is too big, oh.
It is quite phallic.
We're gonna get another Lego set soon, I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we'll do another one. I'd love to. And I want you all to convince her to do it with me on stream. Not phrasing. I want you all to convince her to do a Lego set with me on stream.
I can't remember how to do the quote properly, like with all this shit, so I'm not gonna do it.
How to do the quote? Oh yeah, add quotes.
I'm not gonna add all the time shit if I was going to.
Abby likes to use toys at 3 a.m. Confirmed kinky. Generally speaking, the one toy I really want to use at 3 a.m. is my fucking pillow, because I want to be asleep at 3 a.m. That's a weird way to phrase that, poll. Should Abby and her lover make a Lego thing? Lover? It's not inaccurate, but it's a weird phrase. Come on. Yeah, true.
Well, the cat pays for it.
True. If chat pays for it, do you want to buy us a Lego set, chat? Wait, what?
Yeah, like you go.
True. I mean, that's what Cat's Kitchen does. Cat's Kitchen routinely has a grocery bill that chat pays for, and then she makes the food on the stream, which is pretty cool. We don't have a goal for Lego at the moment, but we're going to Melbourne, and you know, that's actually an interesting concept. Because you know, if you were to do something like that, I suppose, you know, that would help, of course. Fuck no. Regulation companion. Lol. Court. No, what is it, like legally mandated? Government mandated GFs. You know. Can we have discourse about how we can't call people on the subject incels anymore? Can we do discourse on that? I really want to get into this bullshit. Because I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. We have no shortage of incels coming into chat saying all kinds of dumb shit to people like me. And they are incels, let's be real with ourselves. They are probably the worst kinds of people. But we're not allowed to say that to their faces. I'm not allowed to tell you, chat, to brigade an asshole in chat and call them any kind of word that calls their sexual activity into question. Right? And apparently incel falls under that. Like, this is old news. But I revisited this on Twitter earlier because I mentioned the fact that we had a literal neo-Nazi stop by chat last night and say that people like me will be the first in the concentration camps when the Fourth Reich happens. You know, you're just here for the choker. It's a good one. Hey, we like the moon. I did call you base broken. Don't I always? Pseudo-lurking. Just need to sweep your bedroom floor. Yeah, set it up. Set it up. So you got a nice day. Cool. Pardon? You what? Okay. $138 Lego Imperial Shuttle. That's good. I like Star. I like retro. I'm one of those fucking retro Star Wars stans. You know, I really love the, like, which, I mean, you would think I would like the sequel trilogy given how heavily it leans into the retro Star Wars aesthetic. You know, the original Star Wars aesthetic with the stormtroopers and the Imperial shuttles and all that, the AT-ATs, and all that sort of stuff. They're just like a little bit different. You know, they're freshened up for the new age and all that. But, you know, a lot of the new trilogy very heavily leans into, you know, classic trilogy aesthetics. And I like Mandalorian for that too, and other things. Yeah, I need to watch Mandalorian Season 2. And Jedi Fallen Order, oh my god. Best Star Wars game I played in a long time. And I cannot abide the sequel trilogy. It fucking sucks. Through and through. There's other, like Rogue One is good. I haven't seen Solo, I've heard decent things. But honestly, like the sequel trilogy sucks entire dicks. It's got some neat visual choices. Like I like Kylo Ren's design personally. But there's so much wrong with the sequel movies. Holy shit. You went to bed before the neo-Nazi? I think so, yeah. It was kind of grim, and like I don't know if they were just trying to get banned immediately, which I mean, yeah, okay, congratulations, you're a fucking loser harassing people on the internet. Ooh, big man you are. I bet you they're a pencil neck geek. I bet you I could snap them in half like a twig. Guarantee you. The people who go around posting that shit in streamers' chats, you're gonna be in the concentration camps when the new Nazi order takes over. I could break every single one of them. Honestly. I don't even have any strength left. And I'm stronger than these little pissweak piss ants. They are the kind of people who genuinely believe in like the Ubermensch, right? And they are categorically not an example of it. Weak little bitches hiding behind the anonymity of the internet. No, I just told them to fuck off and ban them. I'm not going to even bother to give them the time of day. Übermensch wasn't a Nazi thing for the longest time. Yeah, that's the thing, is like Adolf Hitler appropriated so many things. The Nazi regime, there's a cat, sorry, appropriated many things from many other, just like appropriated tons and tons of other shit. Like the Nazis didn't have an original thought in their heads. And yeah, it wasn't even Hitler who appropriated it. It came from, what's his name? Nietzsche's theory of the, it was Nietzsche's sister, yeah. Oh, here we go. We talked about Nietzsche on stream a little while ago. Hi, lol. I do want to read Nietzsche at some point. But yeah, fascists just steal. They don't have any original things of their own. Because all they want to do is appropriate. All they want to do is just usurp things for their own benefit. It's always been the way. Check out some dumb selfies of Rogue. Burp. Hello. You okay? You good? You actually seem quite chill. Surprisingly. You're kind of not the most comfortable in the world, but, you know, here you go. We can have cat. We can have a little cat as a treat. Can we get some cats in chat? If you got cat emotes, him less aggressive a little bit, seemingly. At the moment, he's just, you know. His sister was married to an anti-Semite, so she took his theories and philosophy and changed them to make them Nazi. Pretty much, yeah. That's the gist of what it boils down to. You know, there's more details, but you know, we're not going full bore into Nietzsche and the Nazis today. Thank you for that chant, Kez. If you got cats, post them in chat. What's up?
Get my thing.
Okay. She's getting a thing. I don't know what the thing is. And Smudge is now interested. Smudge is curious. What's going on? Maybe Smudge is all jizzed out. True. Maybe. Yeah. That's a grim thought. For the record, as trans people, we have blahage. We've got 2 of those stupid sharks, right?
Thank you
Carolyn,
for
thank you for the
your
sub.
membership.
Pardon? You want your one? You're gonna tear my mesh top. And we found him earlier, just sort of... There's blahage. Blue shark. Trans mascot, blahage. Blahage. I'm pretty sure this is my one, and that's your one. I don't know. I'm pretty sure mine was on the floor, and that one was on top of like everything else, and it doesn't matter, honestly. They're the same fucking toy. Who cares? Goodness.
Same fucking blue toy.
Same fucking blue toy. Karen, thank you for the sub. Thank you, Vin. Same fucking blue toy, eh? Does anyone know where the blahage meme came from? I don't know, but it's kind of cute. It's honestly adorable that we've all got sharks. Because quite frankly, if you fuck with the trans person, will rip your throat out, basically. In a hot way. Well, hot for us, you know. Hi, Mythic. How's it going? Are my lashes staying on? They're good, aren't they? I hate applying false lashes. It's a nightmare.
What was that?
Huh?
Something you quit. Stepping closer and bang with her.
Oh yeah, like what did I?
I remember.
Half of me. What's the Yeah, it's the Alucard quote. She's trying to remember the Alucard quote that I posted on Twitter recently. Half of me wants you to step in close enough for me to bite out your throat. I'm half vampire. Such an edgelord trope, but holy shit, I love Alucard and Castlevania. So good. Someone you follow on Twitter created a program that tracks the stock of blahage in IKEA stores throughout Australia. Really? That's incredible. Hello, Sorceress. How's it going? Your SO has a blahage strapped to their backseat in their car. That's amazing. Fempire just reads as like feminine empire, honestly. Have I seen Helsing abridged Alucard? No, I have not. I'm very limited in my vampire media consumption, honestly. I want to see Bit. I've heard Bit is good. Lesbian vampires. Hell yeah, feminine empire. I mean, if you get far enough into Castlevania, you start to see, you know, words to that effect. Anyways, you know someone that has 500 anime DVDs. What a weeb. What a fucking weeb. Anyway. Enjoy what you enjoy. Whatever. Be a nerd about whatever you want to be a nerd about. It's cool. We like nerd shit, don't we? Best vampire movie is Still Let the Right One In. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen most of them, honestly. I've seen Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. What's that one called again? I can't remember. That's a really good one. Obviously the Blade movies. I love the Blade movies. Well, I love the first one. Red Eye is good. Is the vampire what the transgender will amount to? Probably, honestly. We want to live in the vampire. Okay, so should we do some like actual stuff, or do we just want to sit here talking? I don't know. What do you folks got? It's vampire on a plane. Nice. Hell yes. A vampire is basically what Carmilla was making. Yeah, pretty much. Spoilers, I guess, but you know, whatever. Watch Castlevania. It's good. It's genuinely a good show, and they're doing a spin-off series which will probably take place a bit after the original series. Because here's a spoiler for like production. Turns out the guy that was basically running the show of Castlevania Netflix is a massive sex pest, so they want to continue the series, but they don't want to continue the series he started, and to cut him out of like the royalties or something, I don't know, they're doing a spin-off series, right, that doesn't directly involve the characters involved in the first series or something along those lines. The the original Swedish Let the Right One In. You've never seen the English adaptation. Okay. Speaking of, I've seen, and I suppose like speaking of Swedish things, I've seen the Swedish Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movies, or just the first one. I don't know how many did they do all the movies. I think they did, and I've seen all of those. Never saw the English adaptations of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That was decent. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched all three of those. I can't recall though, but very good movies, honestly. If I have seen them correct, if I recall correctly, and I have seen them all. What's that? Are you giving me half a shortbread? I'll take half a shortbread. Thank you. Oh fuck! Where'd that go? Did it fall down there? Oh. You're not having that. I don't trust cat with shortbread. We have shortbread. We have acquired shortbread.
I wasn't sure if you were holding.
No, half is good. Cute mornings. How's it going? We're hanging out. We're chilling out. We're eating shortbread. We're not doing anything yet. Maddie says hello. By the way, did you notice her shirt matches my blanket?
I think we've probably went through this. We've been through this before.
Pardon?
I feel like we've been through this before.
We have been through this before. She's got the top that matches the blanket. Hell yeah. Because she's my property, just like the blanket is. She gave me a look. I don't know what that look means. I think I know what that look means, honestly.
I think you know that.
Abby merch, let's go. Well, there was that thing. That thing. Well, hey, that's my beverage. Hmm?
There was that thing.
Yeah, the was it Phage that posted the Society muzzles? Yeah. I think we might turn that into merch. I haven't done like merch in a while, and I'm looking at like what Teespring or Redbubble or something like that to start up like a. Yeah, thank you, Kez. I'm sitting here nursing my water. I should hydrate. Sprouts are great for cats. Well, we've been to a pet store recently. We've been looking at stuff for the cat. He's got toys. Can we have his snake?
Yeah.
I want to have his snake. I want to tease the cat with the snake. We can play with the cat for a bit, and then we'll do some actual like React stuff. I want to react to some dumb right-wing bullshit, PragerU and stuff like that, and then news.
No.
Pardon? No, it's out there somewhere. I saw it. I think it's in the kitchen.
Oh yeah.
And at the pet store near me, they have a little thing where you can grow cat grass. And you just put the cat grass in this little container and they'll nibble on it. And I'm going to look into that because I think he might need it. Excuse me. Cat stream time. Alright, let's do this. Oh, stop nudging the microphone. May I? Look, it's time for cat. Is he gonna do it? Oh shit. You gonna do it? Come on. Come on. Get interested. There we go. Come on. What is this lazy shit? Come on. Try harder,
He's
you.
so lazy.
He doesn't care at all. Like,
He usually loves this thing.
he's a gentleman. Well, he's got his little tuxedo. He's got a little bow tie on.
Come on.
Kit's like, I guess. This is what you get. Cat content. Here we go. He's getting into it. Oh no, feet! I showed feet on stream. Fuck.
Yeah, I was careful with that.
I didn't even think. Now we're gonna get all the perverts in here. Shit. Snack. Cat kill the snack. Come on, get it. Oh, he's standing up. Look, he's big people. Feet.
Dang.
Can we get some feet in chat?
No. Please no. Gotta get him doing anything with his feet.
Yeah, true. Speaking of feet, we gotta get him to, like, come on. Do it, do it, do it.
Hang on.
He's just chewing on it. Come on, do it. Do the thing where you kick the snake.
Hang on. Hang on.
Come on. Give us some more entertainment.
Chant.
No. No. Can we get some nose in chat?
You want feet?
You get chained to sit on command? That's base. Hell yeah. Fun.
You wanted first. You wanted feet. Now you want nose.
Yeah. Now we want nose. Can we get some nose in chat? Literally a nose, not no, like noses.
Okay. Nose.
Everybody knows what a nose is. Nose is.
She's crazy.
Yeah, well, some variant thereof. I mean, all those transphobes keep telling me to go to therapy, and I'm like, if I'm going to therapy, it's not for the reasons you think I am. Come on, get it. Kill it. Oh. No nose.
He just lays there with it in his mouth.
He doesn't even seem to have the energy to do it anymore. He's just done. He's finished.
Before he starts fucking it.
Noah's parted the Red Sea. You're gonna lick it. Okay, you're gonna clean yourself instead. You've won. Okay, you've defeated the big bad snake. Congratulations. Alright.
we went to like...
Come on.
Correct.
Do something, you lazy cat.
It's okay, he's asleep.
He's probably tired. Anyway, he's just cuddling the snake. He really is. Alright. Enough of that bullshit. No more cat content. Because he's not a good cat, honestly. He's a shit cat.
He's good. When he's not
He doesn't even want to
scratching me.
leave. Yeah, at least he's not scratching at the moment.
Right.
Yeah,
Right there.
got one scratch at
Can't
least.
sit on stream.
Should train him to sit, yeah, probably. There we go. Send him off. Get him out of here.
Sitting like a mirror now at the wall.
You what?
Oh my god, out the wall.
Alright, let me bring this back in. Let's talk. Let's do chats. Let's do content. Or he's gonna come running through. Should see your right hand. Oh my goodness. I know what cats can do to hands, believe me. I've seen a meme recently where it's like, my hands look like this, and it's someone who's cut the fuck up. So hers can look like that, and it's a picture of a cat with the claws extended. And yeah, I mean, the meme is actually supposed to be sending a good moral message of like, don't declaw your cats, which I agree with. You can trim them, but you don't declaw them. Yeah, get him out. Miss you too. Right. Hey, get out. He wiggle. We got a clip of him wiggling. Can we get the clip of him wiggle? Here we go. We got... What's he doing? He's just like... Oh, yeah, I'll take that. There we go. That's alright, I suppose. All right, so content. Should we talk about stuff? Should we do stuff? I wanted to look at like last night we dipped into Karlin Boroshenko, right? We dipped into this wild person who you might have heard of before as the woman who you like my collar? It's pretty good. Hey, we're still waiting on another one. We got another one coming that looks like a shirt collar. Oh yeah, we're waiting on two technically. Yeah. But there's one in particular we're waiting on that looks literally like a button-down tee, but a button-down like what do you call it? Just a button-down shirt collar basically. But it's a faux leather collar. You like my makeup? My makeup's good. Hey, I think I did all right tonight. I think I did okay with the makeup. I tried something a little bit different, a little bit less. I haven't slept in 7 weeks, so and my outfits. Yes, we bought the collar, which will be interesting. Like, I wonder what kind of fashion statement one could make with that. I could wear it over this, and it would look different. I have earbuds in. What? Say it in chat. I can't hear you. Bracelets that look like shirt cuffs. You can get those too. You can get like a whole bunch of things that are like just a part of a piece of clothing. Turned into its own item of clothing. It's great. You're just going to make a whole outfit of various different
The
little
Rogue Room
pieces.
appreciates
Momo,
your
thank you for the host.
recommendation.
Yeah, I have seen quite literally just, yes, shirt cuffs. Yeah, they do look like the same thing as the collar. And it's like, why? Why, I do not know. I have no... Gotta wear it for my other Twitter. I don't have another Twitter. I don't know what you're talking about. Shall we look at... Well, do we want to look at this? Do we want to look at this Karlin Boroshenko thing? So, for those of you who don't know, this is the woman who... And this video is old now, but she's recently popped back up. Because... If we go looking... We showed you this last night. We sort of left off on this note. So, this will be like a to-be continued last night's stream leading into tonight's stream. Where is it? Will it show up? Yeah, here we go. We talked about this thing. We talked about how she posted this tweet. Everyone who died in the Holocaust, right, chose to die. Hang on, let's open in this tab. Everyone who died in the Holocaust chose to die in the Holocaust because they were ever born, before they were ever born, because they collectively wanted to understand the experience of ultimate depression. That's why Hitler went to heaven, right? This is the take that she posted recently. She was an exemplar of bad faith argument in the Hunter Avalon discussion before. For sure, sorry. And this is what we ordered, yeah. This is fucking cool looking, honestly. And yeah, like, just this take, and in general, I don't know what the hell is wrong with Karlin Boroshenko, aside from seemingly everything. But yeah, like, there's that. She made a PragerU video, which we're going to look at in a minute. And now she's saying I've been cancelled by the woke conservative mob who can't handle I'm not a Christian, whatever the fuck that means. I believe that everyone always chooses to live or die. Everyone always... What the fuck is this mysticism bullshit? Aborted children choose to be aborted. If they choose to be born into human form in the future, they can. What does this mean? What is this absolute gibberish? Like, this is... I'm not sure what... And then, of course, later on, we did find another tweet of hers. I think the Surfs may have posted it, actually, as well. She decided to post something to the effect of... like, she was doing the whole, like, enlightened centrist thing. Like, both sides are truly evil and all this kind of thing. I'm trying to find it. Let's see if I can see it. Let's see. I can't find anything specifically, but there is this clip. There is this interesting clip that's Surfs have posted. Let's have a look. Well, let's react to... What's his name? I forget who it is that hosts the Surfs generally. This guy.
You won't even call out real anti-Semitism, and so if you refuse to call out real anti-Semitism, Siraj, with your Jewish wife, you refuse to call out real anti-Semitism, then the only conclusion that we can come to is that you get off on feeding people's outrage addiction.
Thank
that
you
care
for
more.
continuing your membership.
Hey, Punky, thank you for the 5 months.
Well,
Did a redeem for
5
people who
months.
want to know. There we go. if you want to click on the link. 5 months, 5 months, 5 months. Thank you so kindly, Punky. The fuck is this bitch on about? I don't know. It's delusional.
About beating an outrage addiction than you do about doing the right.
Oh my god. It's so much worse than just apologizing.
So, announcing the anti-Semitism challenge. This is the title of the YouTube video that... What's his name? Lance. Lance is the streamer, yeah. I was about to say Lance and I wasn't certain, and then I checked over. There you go. The video he's watching is called Announcing the Anti-Semitism Challenge. Let's fight actual anti-Semitism together.
Or backing down, or admitting you were wrong. See, this is the biggest problem we have, I think, in modern society. If people could just admit they were wrong, everyone can be wrong. We're fucking human. I'm wrong all the time. Why does everyone have to fucking quadruple down? But hey, I'm not an anti-Semite. I launched the anti-Semite challenge, and I challenge you, sir. Can you do it with your Jewish wife?
He's got a very good point there, honestly. I mean, this is not... I'm going to do the whole enlightened centrist thing right now. Quite frankly, there are so many people on all sides of political discussions who simply refuse to concede when they've said the wrong thing or when they've got the information wrong. And I will do my best, honestly. I'm quite an arrogant cunt, but I will admit I am wrong sometimes, and I'm willing to learn and change my perspective on things. But not in the face of people who are themselves flagrantly wrong about something and are just trying to get me on a gotcha or something like that. RGR is a good example, yes, unfortunately. I haven't seen anything out of RGR in a while, but, you know, luckily I am rarely wrong. I am incredibly based, I will say that much. But, I mean, the thing is, the issue, I find, generally speaking, is that we are fed sound bites routinely about very important issues that have so much more depth behind them than headlines. And I mean, honestly, just the newspaper headline thing is a perfect example of this. So many people will take the headline and that's all the information they need to absorb, or they will read one article, one source of information, and they will inform their entire perspective on an issue on that one source of information. They will watch a clip from Fox News, or they will watch a clip from 7 News or ABC News or anything like that. They won't take in any other perspective. They won't research the issue further. And who has the time? Aside from people who are professionally invested in this shit, right? And even then, those who are professionally invested in spreading the news or telling you the facts, telling you what's going on, generally speaking, they are funded by some kind of agenda. Somebody has the mic in the ear of like Ben Shapiro or whoever else, any talking head you can think of. You know, they are just generally parroting the viewpoint of somebody else who wants to spread a particular narrative, who wants to sow the social discourse. And as a result, there are so many topics at any given time that everyone feels the need to be aware of, or at least some people feel the need to be aware of. Like a significant portion of society, I think, wants to have an opinion on whatever's going on. And unfortunately, a lot of them will latch onto an opinion that feels the most apropos to themselves, I suppose. And they will refuse to change their perspective even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Some of them just literally become contrarians because they can't fathom being wrong about something. And this seems to be the case with like people like Karlin Barashenko and all that, namely commentators. No, what's the chance? Is that still going? Ah, goodness, my nose is running. Sorry. You don't get chants? Chants are weird. We had a chant that was just no for some reason earlier. Anyway, hello Seaweed. How you going? I'm surprised that still popped up. People are more interested in having an opinion on everything than ensuring that opinion is well informed. Yes, exactly. And I try to inform myself about as many of the things that I care about as possible. Which makes things hard when you're doing this kind of thing and having so much else going on. And that's the reality of life, right? Is the vast majority of people are not going to have the time to dedicate to learning about all of this stuff all of the time, because people have got jobs, people have got families, people have got friends, people have got children, people have got other commitments, people have got hobbies, people have got sports that they do or whatever else. People have got so much going on that it's very, very easy to just take the opinion of some talking head that you favor particularly, right? And just repeat what they said because you look at them as some sort of authority on the subject, right? Because if you see somebody who is famous, if you see somebody who is on TV or on listening to somebody who's on radio, or even somebody like, say, even someone like me or someone else on Twitch or YouTube, someone who's got a significantly higher following, a lot of people will look at that. A lot of people will look at someone like Hassan or Vorsh, as we've seen in chat. I really don't ever want to see the word Gothics in my chat because she's a stupid fucking cunt and she can just go off elsewhere. Just do not mention that stupid name in my chat ever again. But people will look at someone who's got the numbers, right? And that gives that person a mirage of authority, right? So if someone like Hassan has got 14,000 viewers at any given time, you'll look at that 14,000 views and think, well, he's successful. And he's a political streamer. He's a leftist political streamer. He's got all these opinions and takes and whatever. Clearly, he must be doing something right. Even though, you know, and a lot of people will just catch wind of someone like him. And you will look at their analytics. You'll look at their viewership. You'll look at how many subs they're getting. Weirdly enough, that's enough of a convincing argument for most people to just go, I'm going to listen to this guy. He's successful. He's well known. Everybody's listening to him. I'm going to listen to him too. It's kind of impressive. The overwhelming power of just numbers. Someone just having bigger numbers than somebody else. Like, look at the way people get ratioed on Twitter, for example. You see this all the time. Somebody will just say ratio to someone whose take they disagree with. And if the person who says ratio gets hundreds of thousands of likes or whatever versus the other person, everyone's like, haha, you're wrong because this guy ratioed you. Got him. That's legitimately how a lot of people think with regards to political topics. It's like, this guy's got more numbers than you. And they refuse to listen to the words being said. They refuse to listen to, like, what's going on. You don't care much for Vanche because he's very interested in electoral politics and engaging with right-wings, and I'm not interested in either of those. That's understandable, yeah. Yeah, that particular person is just basically an out-and-out transphobe. You know, the whole biological reality bullshit. She can fall off a cliff. I don't care. She basically massively popularized herself with this whole positivity streamer persona, and then skewed heavily right-wing, voted Trump, and it just went down that complete pipeline. I have no respect for her as a person in any way, shape, or form. She's a complete reactionary cunt. I don't give a shit. Vorsh cozies up to pedos, is an insufferable person, personality-wise, is a centrist lib who thinks he's a cis-white, who thinks he who is cis-white do the entity to know everything correctly, etc. This is one of the perils of being in the political content creation space, and this again comes back around to what I was saying before. I think the inverse of what I was saying before is also true. It's like when you've reached a certain point with your viewership, with your analytics, with your success levels, it would be hard for that not to go to some people's heads. I mean, of course, I'm not trying to make any judgment calls here, other than that person I was mentioning a moment ago, who I don't want to continue talking about. But I think there is definitely a measure of, I've made it to this point, therefore I must be right about a lot of things. In the debate sphere. But what about all the young people he's pushing to lefty ideas? I do agree with that. This is where the nuance of the discussion needs to come into things. It seems to me as though Vorsh is generally leftist skewed, right? Which is positive. That's a positive thing. You know, the unfortunate reality though is he does platform right-wingers when he engages in debates with them, but of course that is also his form of content. He is in the debate sphere. People who have bad takes aren't always bad or wrong, depending on who you're referring to, but yes, that is true. People can have a bad take, people can be wrong about things. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who don't want to admit that they are wrong about certain things. Yeah. Anyways, sorry for getting heated about the mention of that name. I don't want to see it in my chat anymore, ever. I'll ban the name if I have to. I don't tolerate people who use their platform to push transphobia. They can fuck right off. What is my opinion on modern Hunter Avalon? I don't know anything about Hunter Avalon, honestly. Lefty nowadays, you do follow his content, his views since leaving the right, I've dipped down as in YouTube views, which is interesting. Interesting how that seems to happen, which I mean is understandable. You know, if you build your audience base on a, yeah, I'll add it as a banned word. I'll put it as a warning. Purge, there we go. He used to be major anti-left, anti-feminist, conservative, etc. Like, if you build your base on that kind of audience, then of course when you switch sides, if you do you're welcome. If you do a massive shift from one political side to the other, then of course a lot of people are going to leave your audience, which is interesting when you consider Steph Sterling, right? Who has always expressed pretty anti-capitalist perspectives in their videos. But the moment they actually came out as non-binary, they suddenly started experiencing a huge dip in subscribers on YouTube. Huge dip in analytics. Apparently their Patreon has stayed pretty consistent, which is good. But it's interesting to see that kind of thing in real time. To watch someone's audience just up and leave over something as silly as gender identity. You know. Broke the debate sphere, woke the argument cube. I want to be in the argument cube. There's a discussion to be had on the effectiveness of debate. It's just an entire discussion of it. So it's like, it's just debating a debate. That sounds like a nightmare, goodness. I could never, no way in hell. Knew of him mainly for being anti-LGBT as well as playing a man in a dress trope character. It's always weird how there's these guys out there who go out of their way, to portray the whole man in a dress trope while simultaneously spitting down on trans women. It's like, you're the guy dressing up as a woman. The rest of us are just being ourselves. You're out here just... And yeah, like Steven Crowder especially, yeah. Debate is useless unless people are willing to change their views. Exactly. And most people are not. Most people... This is the thing. I mean, as far as I've been able to observe in the debate sphere from what I have looked at... From what I have seen of the debate sphere content, and I don't really engage with it. I don't like to engage with it. It seems like it's a lot of people who really just want to prove their point right and have no interest in learning anything from the other side of things. Maybe sometimes they do learn things from one another, but it's mostly just, I'm gonna own you in this debate, and that's it. It's high school shit, basically. Debating a debate, I would never know. Let's watch this video of a stream reaction to another stream. Shut up, Tager. Isn't Vosh Ancom? How's he live? He's Sockdem, isn't he? I don't know what that means. They're just like little initialisms that I... You would recommend following his current content. YouTube debates are just white people talking over each other incredibly fast. So like, it's not even like real debate. You know, if we look at the YouTube / Twitch / DLive debate sphere, generally speaking, what we're looking at is a bunch of people who are just screeching over each other. And in a serious debate, one person should have enough time to illustrate their points before the other person can offer a rebuttal to their points. You don't know him personally, but you don't think he is as Ancom yourself. As far as you, yeah, I mean, everything I've seen of Vosh says Sockdem to me. I'm gonna get ready for bad work. It's gonna be a cunt tomorrow if cleaning people's filthy keyboards wasn't enough. Oh, ew. Have a good one, Kez. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Anarcho-communist. Okay. So I would need to understand what that means. Sockdem, aka capitalist light. Which I can see the appeal of. I know I'm gonna post hot cringe takes. Yeah, honestly, Sorceress Light, it's better than what we have, right? So capitalism light, like stepping stone to a better society, right? Socksdem, democracy where everyone has to wear socks. Sockdem is pretty much capitalism, but we don't kill the poor through starvation and exposure, which, yeah, I mean, again, stepping stone to a better society, I think. Body is done and wants sleep, I swear. This maybe CFS is wrecking me. Sorry I couldn't stick around for long. I hope you feel better soon, Looper. Hey, Desmondus, how's it going? Only going to at you on this once. He's called himself out on the man address thing. He hates his old content. He's pro-LGBTQIA+ nowadays. Calls out a lot of conservative Sockdems, etc. He's not a shit cunt anymore, basically. Oh, interesting. We could maybe have a look. We could think about it. For reference, Sockdem is the Greens. Okay. Still capitalism, but there's a welfare state. So, in essence, you know, it comes back around to what we were talking about earlier, which, when I say earlier, it could have been like several streams ago. In terms of the political parties available to us, for example, the Greens, most of them generally still lean capitalist in some variety or another. It's just some of them are more lefty capitalist than others. So, you know. Vosh is definitely a supporter of trans rights. Well, we know that much. You know. Sockdem is as far as the Overton window goes, if at all, in the US. I mean, that's a pretty astute observation, I would say. Greens may be Sockdem, but I'd rather them over Labour and LNP, which is, yeah, exactly. Again, lesser of three evils. You know, you can't. I've always said, don't stand politicians. You can't. You can't look at any politician or any political party and think to yourself that they have anything other than their own best interests at heart, and they will do whatever they can to manipulate the voters in their favor, of course. You know, on the other side, almost basically Nazis within the Overton window. Yeah, kind of a worrying situation. Definitely prefer them over Palmer, so literally a Nazi. Yeah. So, you know, you want to vote for the ones who are at least the most progressive that you can get. Unfortunately, there's this general perspective with voting of, like, vote for your own best interests. And unfortunately, a lot of people's own best interests involves other people being treated as lesser so that those people who voted in their own best interest can have it better. Tago, no. That's naughty. Don't do that. Why am I talking as though I am in any way enlightened on any of this kind of shit? Honestly thinks Bernie/AOC are truly socialist/communist, but they have to navigate the existing system and it sucks. That's honestly one way to look at it. I've heard some people call out AOC for the way she has behaved in numerous regards, sort of like going back on things or staying neutral on certain things. But it definitely does strike me, as you said, Sorceress, it's like they might truly have those, they might truly hold those beliefs. I mean, Bernie's been doing this for a while. Bernie's been doing this since he was in college, right? He's been doing the whole socialist thing for a very, very long time. And unfortunately, the system under which he lives doesn't really allow for radical leftist shift. So you've got to do whatever you can within the system that is applicable to you, that is applicable to your living conditions, that allows you to still make incremental change, which is highly unfortunate. But, you know, that's just the way things are. Progressive changes. It's got to be slow and steady, you know. Oh, found a new feature on YouTube on the top left of a video. Sad emote. Stop recommending. Oh, really? I haven't seen that. So I will start banning people who do this ooh shit in every word. AOC has gone back on things at the pressure of her party, political jockeying nonsense in the HOI. Yeah, pretty much. And we've seen that before. We've seen, like, it's a pretty hilarious thing that happened in Aussie politics for a good few years there. I don't think we actually elected Scott Morrison. Did we elect Scott Morrison? Well, no, we didn't elect Scott Morrison, but his party got elected. But for a good long while there, we couldn't hold on to a prime minister for too long because of political infighting within their parties. They kept, you know, saying this person's no longer the prime minister, this person's now the prime minister, and it happened over and over again. It was fucking hilarious. Hilarious and disturbing how unstable our leadership is, but you know. PM Whack-A-Mole. Yeah, where do we go from? We had like Kevin Rudd, then Julia Gillard, then who else was there? I can't remember how it went, but for a good long while there, we were jumping from prime minister to prime minister. Tony Abbott, yep. That was a lot. Tony! And it's really weird to look back now and be like, God damn, I wish we had Tony Abbott instead of fucking Scott Morrison. But yeah, I mean, obviously we would much prefer Kevin Rudd, but Kevin Rudd's out of politics now, I think. Kevin Rudd is, well, he's not out of politics necessarily. He's just not really in the whole governmental space anymore. Tony is a loose unit. Sounds like the UK, but they kept resigning over Brexit, stressing them. Lol. Kevin's heavily associated with Friendly Geordies now. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen Kevin on Friendly Geordies a couple of times. Hello, Delina. How you going? Brexit is a hilarious cell phone. It seems that from what I understand, it's like, oh my god, Britain, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? They're legitimately friends. Yeah, it's not surprising. Oh goodness, I am curious about this Karla Poroshenko video. Would I ever leave Australia? Depends where I would go, what would be available. As it stands right now, I just want to leave where I live in Australia and go somewhere else. Maybe Melbourne or whatever. But that would be outside of my financial control as it stands right now. I want to go visit Melbourne right now, but I wouldn't be able to move there immediately. Did I watch FJ's Spanian interview? I haven't watched a Friendly Geordies video in a minute, honestly. Britain's always been a shit show. Well, yeah. I want to watch this. I want to like react to this with you. I want to react to this Colin Boroshenko video because I know it's old, but I've heard of this story. Currently in quarantine. Oh, that's not good. Whereabouts are you? We're not in quarantine yet. I'm worried it's going to hit before. I'm worried that like New South Wales and Victoria are going to go into quarantine right before my flights, and then I won't get to go to another state and probably lose all my money. We're not even there yet. Recommend watching everything he's put out in the last month. That's an effort though. I don't want to do that. Chrome freezes and then you get an ad again. Well, yeah. Technology wants to show you ads, so it will start breaking shit until you watch the ads, like quite literally. Looking forward to Melbourne, some bridges. What? Anyway. Yeah, I heard about this story. I never actually followed up on it. Psychologist and author Colin Boroshenko wouldn't be caught dead at a Trump rally. This was July of last year, by the way. So before the election even. Surrounded by 11,000... So what was she doing in a New Hampshire arena surrounded by 11,000 cheering Trump supporters, and what did she take away from the experience? To sum up, like I've just been curious to see what this video is because mainly she was someone who pretty much identified as a leftist until she went to a Trump rally, and then she skewed right because people treated her nicely. I'm interested. I don't care if you're not. I am. So we're going to watch it. We have to watch this stupid... I hate this channel.
I wouldn't be caught dead at a Donald Trump rally. I mean, come on.
And this, I'm just going to say already, like off the bat. What do you name your horse? Roach. I feel like already the framing it throws back to last night when we were reading that article about Zara and the woman who took off her top in a communal dressing hall area. Named the horse Jimmy Scrambles. Like, it definitely reads as though it's all made up for the sake of culture war bullshit.
I've given money to Bernie. And yet there I was, February 2020, listening to the President of the United States address a crowd of 11,000 supporters. How in the world did that happen? Well, it all started with knitting. I knit to relax, to escape the drama of real life.
Holy shit, she is robotic. Do not hire this woman as a commentator. Fuck me dead.
But like almost everything nowadays, even knitting has become political, to the point that only those with politically correct views are welcome in the online knitting forums.
Well, it's because I'm a shameless grifter, basically. You're only allowed in certain knitting forums if you're a trumpet, apparently.
You think I'm kidding. I wish I were, but I'm not. The online knitting mob is real. And, like all mobs...
I'm sorry, this is hilarious. We're 42 seconds in and I'm losing my mind. Online knitting forums. PragerU has room for all shitheads. Oh, such problems to have. Imagine joining a knitting group. Of course they focus on the POC. Yeah, they tend to do that. Wish my problems were so cute. A literal mob of knitters.
It's mean. That always made me uncomfortable. The insults and the name-calling. But I despised those
Just log off, Fivehead.
dragging Republicans as much as the next knitter. So despite my discomfort, I never gave it much thought. Truth is, I'm more interested in mastering a 3-needle bind-off than discussing immigration policy.
You keep knitting, aha, hand knitting and knitting. Stopped after watching actual crime channels and had all the facts. Wait. Used to watch infographics show a while ago, serial killer related stuff. Where were we? Knitting made me a conservative. You collect arcade games, a lot of them were Trump people, but you know what? I do not get political on how to fix, buy, and sell games, true.
But the knitting mob wouldn't drop it. It became a fixation, a daily litany of how horrible the president and his followers were.
Well, I mean, yeah. You saw how the Trump administration went, that whole January 6th thing. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Started to bug me. All I wanted to do was knit. But then I began to wonder, could those Trump supporters, some of whom were literally my neighbors, really be as irredeemable as they said?
Yes.
I assumed the answer was yes, but I had to find out. And that is how I came to be at a rally for the president on the eve of the New Hampshire primary. My friends urged me not to go. They feared for my safety. One offered me her pepper spray for protection.
Lol.
I declined, but I won't pretend I wasn't nervous.
New tolerant left just dropped knitting mom. It sounds to me, honestly, like she wasn't politically invested in the first place. Like, she literally didn't give a shit about politics. I just wanted to knit. Guarantee you, she was like, not even enlightened centrist level beforehand. She was like I don't care about politics. But then just generally had maybe lefty-leaning friends.
I had no idea what to expect. I arrived 4 hours early. The line outside the arena was already a mile long.
That's hyperbole.
At first, I said nothing to those around me. I didn't want to provoke
I just want to grill, for God's sake.
a scene. But then, as people are wont to do when stuck in a long line, we started to chat.
Oh God, is she pro-life or something? I do not want to know. I mean, we already know she's pro-Hitler, so, you know.
First pleasantries, and then to more serious topics. And here's what I discovered. These people were so nice.
Gee, that doesn't sound fake as fuck at all. They were so nice. Is there someone behind the camera with a gun pointed at her or something? Like...
No one harassed me. No one intimidated me. No one threatened me. In fact, when I mentioned I was a Democrat, their response was invariably a smile and welcome. These were decent, hardworking people from every walk of life.
Okay.
Electricians.
Conservatives are mostly anti-life, lol. They were nice to you because you're a cis-het white woman. This is argument from popularity. I learned this shit in grade school. Yeah, I know. Which, you know, this is the thing, is like these people don't think beyond grade school, generally speaking. You're muting till this shit is finished. She's hard to listen to, isn't she?
Lawyers, school teachers, small business owners, veterans. I might question some of the policies they supported. They were only too happy to debate me. But I couldn't question their good intentions or decency. Inside, the atmosphere was electric, more like a rock concert than a political event.
That's kind of the problem, though, isn't it? Is this kind of thing. Of course they were nice. Anybody can be nice on a one-on-one basis. That's not the problem. Yeah, exactly, Molly. How are you? She was always pro-Trump. Maybe this is definitely an op. This is definitely an op.
People were dancing and having a fantastic time. They were actually enjoying themselves. As it happens, 2 days earlier, I had been in this same arena for a Democratic Party rally. The contrast was stark. Whereas the event for the president was full of optimism and enthusiasm, the Democrats' event was all doom and gloom.
Gee, I wonder why that is, honestly. Like, really, think about that for a moment. I wonder genuinely why that might be. Why your interpretation of the whole optimism and enthusiasm thing over here. These people over here are trying to celebrate as many wins and portray a particular, like, we're the right side, so we're going to have all this pomp and circumstance, I suppose. One of them was drunk, not those filthy progressives who are miserable and keep talking about problems we should probably address. Exactly. What do you think was actually politically said at the Republican rally? Right? What's that? Smell that? AstroTurf. She's describing a Trump rally where they call Mexicans rapists and murderers as cheery and exciting, yeah.
The country was racked with racism, sexism, and xenophobia.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, did you want to dance around that fact?
At the Trump event, the participants were bursting with national pride.
National pride that celebrates
Xenophobia. At the Trump country was racked with racism, sexism, and xenophobia. At the Trump event, the participants were bursting with national pride.
Yeah.
Of course the president touted his achievements, especially the economy, and attacked his opponents. But I was...
Which is just, poor form, honestly. Poor character. Literally coming national pride. Yeah, she should have just stuck to knitting, honestly.
surprised how funny he was, and his energy never flagged.
How funny he was. What, making fun of disabled people by going, hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
He seemed to be enjoying the event every bit as much as his audience.
Dude's probably on meth. I mean, come on.
Here's something else that surprised me. While the crowd had obvious affection for the country's chief executive, there was nothing slavish or mindless about it. These people were not stupid, not brainwashed, and, as far as I could tell, not racist, sexist, or phobic anything.
That's definitely not something that somebody stupid and brainwashed would say.
So, did going to a Trump rally change me? Well, my values are the same, but my perspective is different. I'll even say the experience made me a better person.
Oh, yeah,
I
sure it
learned
did.
that the people who come to these rallies aren't there because they hate anybody.
Sure.
They're there because they love America. Somewhere between Pearl 1, Knit 2, I had lost that love. Now I have it again, and I'm grateful. The rally also reminded me that we are a people.
Yeah, they're not phobic anything but everything. She just admitted her values never changed. Yeah, literally. Hang on. They have to be rebels, otherwise they would be the tyrants, yeah. The big problem with the DNC, they're not about doing things, they're about not being another thing. Not being GOP, not being Trump, never. There's all these problems, and here's what we're going to do about it. Well, yeah, true. I was trying to think of a knit one, pearl one joke, but she made one, yeah.
Yes, we have fierce disagreements on how to solve our problems, but those who differ with us are not evil.
This is the thing, it's like, we have fierce disagreements of how to solve our problems, and I'm like, some people are literally over here advocating genocide. We'll just get that out of the way.
Disagreements on how to solve our problems.
That's one way to solve your problems. It's pretty horrific, though.
But those who differ with us are not evil. Thinking
I don't know.
that
I would say advocating genocide is pretty
they
evil.
are, that's the problem. That's what's tearing us apart. I refuse to add to the divisiveness any longer.
Then what are you doing on PragerU?
I refuse to hate people I don't know simply because I don't like the way they vote. I invite you to join me. Let's make America civil again.
Yeah, that's
if
not
we
gonna
can
happen.
do that,
Let's make America civil war again.
we'll all win. I'm Carlin Burisenko, independent voter for Prager University.
It's not a university, by the way. Yeah, I just wanted, like, an independent voter. Okay. Okie dokie, sure, whatever. The paradox of tolerance, pretty much, yes. That's what they're arguing in favor of. Because the more that they can push the narrative of, let's all get along, let's all tolerate each other, let's all sing and be happy and hold hands. The problem there is, of course, again, comes back to yesterday, the paradox of tolerance, which is if we tolerate all perspectives, if we tolerate all viewpoints, invariably the most intolerant ones are going to gain a lot of traction. They have plenty of plans to fix things, but the Republicans and conservatives just obstruct. Well, yeah, pretty much. We will say that. Forlon's got the right idea. Hello, Doom. Welcome in. How's it going? And Kiara, how's it going? Just like in ads, real pedestrians. Independent voter means nothing. Tolerate the Nazis. That can't go wrong, right? Poland, pretty much. Legitimately think republicanism is a death cult. It may well be, honestly. I mean, it's... Yeah. Hello, Ember. How's it going? Trying to think of an argument to that, and I can't think of one. Excuse me. But I mean, this is the thing. We are in an age where neo-Nazis are quite prominent and have much louder voices than they have any right to have. And there are people out there still advocating from this centristy worldview of we should have freedom of speech and tolerate those kind of viewpoints for some reason. You know? But yeah, this is the person who then went and had this whole thing on Twitter about Hitler went to heaven, and then the conservative woke mob cancelled me because I'm not a Christian or some nonsense. Hate speech isn't freedom of speech. Yeah, it's astounding how many people are willing to let hate speech go on under the guise of it's free speech, despite the fact that it is not free speech. Why would someone want to go to Melbourne? What's this? ABC TV and iView. Go away, Melbourne. Trump's election emboldened the bastards. That's what I was afraid of most of the morning after the election. Is true. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I wasn't really politically savvy back then, honestly. But when I saw that Trump got elected, I was like, oh, well, that's not good. You know. Welcome to the Knitting Mob. Just change stream title to Knitting Mob. There we go. We are the Knitting Mob. Where are we? Free speech is not free real estate. There we are. We are the Knitting Mob. Free speech. Government doesn't arrest you for speaking your opinion. There, that's it, pretty much. Can I explain tolerance paradox? I can. I can basically sum it up as if we tolerate all opinions in society, if we have a truly tolerant society that listens to every single opinion, the unfortunate reality of that is that inevitably certain opinions that are explicitly intolerant.
Wow.
Basic.
That deadpan delivery. That body language. Holy crap, you can practically see the teleprompter.
It's reflected in her eyes. Thank you for the 100 bits, Molly. The tolerance paradox is if we as a tolerant society listen to all ideas, listen to every single idea about everything, and give them the same credence as anything else, it is a dangerous, it's dangerous because particularly intolerant ideas, such as Nazism basically, such as genocide denial and other things of that nature, have the opportunity to spread and manifest into much bigger socio-political movements, and as a result, you have the risk of heading down the road of becoming a specifically intolerant society, right? So there's no way there's a good comic that basically sums it up. And this one is the basic gist of it, you know. The paradox of tolerance. Should a tolerant society tolerate intolerance? This is hard to read, but you know. You want more tolerance, respect my ideas? The answer is no. When we extend tolerance to those who are openly intolerant, let's give them a chance. The tolerant ones end up being destroyed, and tolerance with them. Any movement that preaches intolerance and persecution must be outside of the law. As paradoxical as it may seem, defending tolerance requires to not tolerate the intolerant. If you let a wolf into the sheep pen, soon you have no sheep and only wolves. Yes. There is no tip feature. There is, what is there for, like, does this work? That works. Patreon, coffee. Coffee's a good one. Oh yeah, happy December 6th as well, everyone. It's December 7th for me, but, you know. Happy December 6th. Engels, it's the 6th of December. Time for you to pay my rent again. And then a letter from Marx to Engels. Dear Fred, send me my £3 by this Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, since the gas bill, etc. are due, and I have promised to pay by then. Salute. If you could send me a few pound for the Christmas week now beginning, it would be very welcome. Salute. Based Marx. Give me money now, Engels. Deep communist law. Still losing it at the premise of the video. I know, right? It's kind of just absolutely absurd when you look at it. You can't knit without political correctness. It's like, what do you expect, honestly? It's one of those tricky areas, you know. Yet Marx owns a house, curious. Well, I don't think he owns a house anymore. He's a bit dead. Health and safety gone mad. It kind of reminds me of the whole... the people who make entertainment content or whatever and never take a political stance. Yeah, Friedrich was just Marx's sugar daddy, basically. Yeah, I'm kind of reminded of those people who make content that's just entertainment. It's just they're only ever commenting on medieval weapons or Lego or what like they're only ever doing videos about superhero movies. Well, actually no, you can't even use the superhero movie thing as an example, because there are so many people who've got like this weird political agenda that they weave into their commentary about like comic book nerd shit. But anyway, you know, I am speaking specifically to content creators, but of course it extends beyond this. It's called controlled opposition. Entertainment to dull the masses from revolt. Yes, basically. And then you will hear every so often somebody who is not a political personality by any stretch. Like, they just provide entertainment. They don't express any of their personal views. Outside of the home, basically. They keep all of that stuff to themselves. You know? The moment they might post a take on Twitter or whatever, suddenly there's a huge backlash. Right? There will always be a brighter tomorrow. Just turn on the TV. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe just be tolerant to those who don't want to wipe out anyone then. Well, that's the idea, right? That's the idea, is that we shouldn't tolerate those who have the specific vested interest in wiping out certain people. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who genuinely believe the road to a better society is to eliminate certain undesirables, and they don't see it as though they are being specifically adversarial. There we go. Thank you so kindly, Momo. I don't know why coffee didn't go off. I didn't see an alert go off. They're ruining our culture because Spider-Man is black now. Did you see this? Hang on. This fucking shit. I can't even find the guy on Google. There was... Who remembers Black Sage D? You saw and heard the alert. How come I don't hear it? How did I not hear it? I don't know. Anyway. Have you folks heard of Black Sage D? Who is a guy who usually... I guess he reviews anime and manga or something. I don't know what his deal is. But he had a take recently about how One Piece is not political. And there was just a... And honestly, like, I am one of those people that, like, all art, no matter what it is political in some way, shape, or form. There's a political message in fucking everything. And his argument, his perspective was just like, oh, it's all about self-growth, it's all about developing yourself and being better, and blah, 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 whatever. And I particularly loathe those types of people who are absolutely adamant that there's no political messaging in the art they consume. Even though Superman and the others are actually fighting Nazis, yeah. Well, we support our troops in 345. 345? What? Lou Bega, is it Bega or Bega, singing Mambo No. 5 at a concert in support of Polish troops defending the eastern border amid a migration crisis is the most surreal thing I've seen for a long time. I'm not going to watch that because DMCA, but, you know. But anyway, yeah, there was somebody posted a screenshot from the show, from the One Piece show, from the anime, in response to him. Where, I guess, spoilers, I don't watch One Piece. But the main character is crying because the government has literally just killed his brother. And I'm like, oh yeah, totally not a political show at all. No, not at all. It's like saying Avatar The Last Airbender is not political. You know. You spam too many links? Well, there is the link drop thing, which should be used. But anyway, let's have a look at this. Democrats versus Republicans in office. You have to understand there's only so much I can do in this position. Heads up, I'm going to try to establish a monarchy this week. Pretty much. It reminds me of the video we watched a little while ago. Where was it? We watched that video about how one side plays by the rules, the other side doesn't. It does look like Babar, doesn't it? How can you spoil a show with 1,000 episodes, right? Yeah, I know. At that point, I mean, it's like trying to spoil the bold and the beautiful. What are you spoiling exactly? As long as the idea of a ladder of success exists, there will never be a revolution, but the system might end up correcting itself through its own destruction. See pandemic, global warming, etc. Yeah. There might not be much of a society left in a few years, so, you know. Hold on to your hats. Was Babar a Republican? He supported monarchy. It's honestly astounding how much media geared towards children is so pro-monarchy. Like, here we go. We've got a very simple society. We've got kings and queens and the like. And everything just works how it should. It's honestly kind of terrifying. There's a lot of... And I mean, this is obviously all propaganda. But there's a lot of media. There's a lot of children's media that definitely reinforces pretty awful stereotypes. It's mostly fantasy based on the medieval times, yeah. Meet me in the middle, the unjust man says. You move towards him, he takes a step back. Meet me in the middle, the unjust man says. Yes, that's a good way to phrase it, honestly. Most recent Disney movies were mostly washed out grim stories, yeah. Kids are dumb, they only understand monarchy. It's, yeah, I mean, yeah, the fantasy based on the medieval times, the swords and sorcery fantasy is very appealing to a lot of people, I think. So, to that end, of course, it makes sense to paint that picture over and over again, and people really like it. You know, people really like that idea of things being a simpler time, where we fight dragons and go on quests. That didn't really happen, though. That's why you like The Princess Bride? I really have to watch The Princess Bride. Hello, Sil, how you going? How's it hanging? Disney members of Parliament sound very boring. I want to see it. Come on, Disney, give me Disney MPs. Under capitalism, everyone can be a monarch in a drag show anyway. Although it's two peasants getting in-loved or involved. Country has a handful of holidays that are solely based around jerking off our oh-so-super royal family. How many Queen's birthdays are there? I swear there used to be multiple different Queen's birthdays a year. Why are we celebrating several? Anyway. England? Oh, not Turf Island. I don't want to have to deal with Turf Island again. Excuse me. I'm gassy. It's awful. Oh, the Netherlands, true. I want to date someone who treats me like a princess. Is that evil? Am I the baddie? Well, no. It's fine to have your fantasies and things of that nature. The Queen's Jewel Guard died yesterday. Queen Elizabeth II Part 2, the sequel. We have plenty of those here too. Better, but still monarchy. Well, yeah. Monarchy bad. Imagine being a monarchist in this day and age. I'm trying to think, like, I've got some news here, and I could actually do some, like, I could do some Marvel shit if you want to. We did mention this on last night's stream, but I never actually covered it. The Charlie Cox returning as Daredevil. I doubt there's any details in there, though. Honestly. Who watched the Netflix Daredevil series? If they brought that back to Disney Plus, I would be pretty keen. I think I watched season 1 and 2. I didn't watch 3, and I didn't watch The Defenders. Was it called The Defenders? Yeah. I didn't end up watching that. Barbados is the newest republic. They rejected Elizabeth as their queen regent, and now it's... Wait, you're kidding. Now it's Rihanna. You're not even kidding. What? No fucking way. You're joking. Rihanna... What? No way. Can we just develop fusion power and build robots that build robots and have them be the new permanent underclass like in the Animatrix, except we don't go to war with them and we all coexist peacefully? Wrong. This can't be right. This is a BBC article. Do we want to trust the BBC after what they posted about trans people? Barbados becomes a republic and parts ways with the Queen. Barbados has officially removed Queen Elizabeth II as its head of state and became the world's newest republic. Yeah, heroes. Yeah, I don't think they were saying... Well, it's not like... Yeah, Rihanna's a hero, not necessarily queen. In an overnight ceremony in the capital, Bridgetown, Dame Sandra Mason was sworn in as president. So there's a president. Prince of Wales and Barbadian singer Rihanna attended the event, which coincided with the country's 55th anniversary of independence. In a speech, Prince Charles acknowledged the appalling atrocity of slavery the Caribbean islands suffered, which... Wasn't he around for that? Anyway, the new era for Barbados ends Britain's centuries of influence, including more than 200 years when the island was a hub for the transatlantic slave trade. To signify the official change of power, a final salute was made to the British monarchy, and the royal standard flag was lowered and replaced. Speaking as the guest of honor at the event, Prince Charles reiterated the continuing ties between the two nations despite the constitutional status change. He described the moment as a new beginning before being awarded the prestigious Order of Freedom of Barbados by the new president. The Queen sent the country her warmest good wishes for happiness, peace, and prosperity in the future, and said the nation holds a special place in her heart. It's always weird hearing this kind of sentimental shit from, like, just awful people. I don't trust regents as far as I can throw them. Oh yes, and David Gulpilil passed away, apparently. I didn't know that. Dame Sandra Mason, 72, the island's Governor-General since 2018, was named as President-elect of the nation following a vote in Parliament last month. She now replaces the Queen as the head of state. Vessel Republic Barbados has set sail on her maiden voyage. May she weather all storms and land our country and citizens safely on the horizons and shores which are ahead of us, she said after being sworn in. Barbados announced its plan to become a republic last year, but it will remain within the Commonwealth. Formerly known as the British Commonwealth, the Commonwealth of Nations is a loose association of former British colonies and current dependencies, along with some countries that have no historical ties to Britain. And here's some photos. There's Rihanna, sworn in as a national hero. Leading national figures, including Prime Minister Mia Mottley, swore allegiance to Barbados in front of the new president at the ceremony, which lasted for several hours. She later announced that pop star Rihanna would be named a national hero by President Mason. The artist and businesswoman, whose full name is Robin Rihanna Fenty, was previously named an ambassador by her home country in 2018. May you continue to shine like a diamond and bring honor to your nation, Ms. Mottley said in reference to one of Rihanna's songs. The Queen drove ambulances for Allied soldiers during the war with the Nazis and scared a Saudi prince pissless, taking him for a ride in a landy. That should be something, right? We're now our own monarchy, Barbados. He was the Aboriginal kid in Walkabout. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I have not seen it, sadly. Where were we? What have I missed? But anyway, yeah, I think we get the idea, you know. So like, I don't know. Sorry, I'm out of words at the moment for some reason. I'm out of words. My words went away. So what have I missed? Hang on, I'm curious about this this conversation you two are having. So hang on. You got banned from the feminism subreddit for calling the BBC untrustworthy. To which I was literally harassed, so you got fucking pissed and called them out, then you got banned. Well, I mean, yeah, that's usually going to happen. Mods are power tripping on Reddit all the time. Because it was on women being arrested for miscarriages, I was more pissed it was a BBC article. I did mention to someone who DM'd me. I did my own research and had to admit the info was true. That doesn't change the fact that the BBC is shit. I see. Forget this. We'll make our own country with blackjack and hookers. Oh, yeah. What is this? What is this? I saw this before. George Pig is a communist? Like, what? I'm confused. Is this a real thing? Is this a real illustration of something? Or, like, from like, a Peppa Pig like, what? What's going on here? Someone tell me what... I'm confused. Peppa Pig fanfic. I hope so. Forgot about Reddit Ghislaine. What happened with Ghislaine? I haven't been following the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. I haven't been following any trials, honestly. I don't care for them, mostly. It's tedium, you know. Peppa Pig song, new Comintern hymn. Wait, what? Peppercom. Anyways. Should we do another video reaction before I move on to like actual article news? I have got some other stuff. I've got some other stuff to look at. Oh, for God, does anybody like who shops online? Does anyone here, can I put your hand up in chat if you shop online? It's a bad idea because I keep getting these fucking spam text messages. We tried to deliver your message and other shit. And also, I've ordered on Etsy recently. Communism is when everyone gets a muddy puddle. I've ordered something on Etsy recently, and Etsy is now saying, we want you to review this product, which you ordered 8 weeks ago and haven't received yet. I'm going to badger the, I'm going to badger the seller. Because I've got no tracking info, which is not good. There was a recent episode where the characters in Peppa Pig were dressed in traditional wear and George wore Russian clothes, hence the meme. Because holy shit! They just went full on communist flag. Holy shit. Communism is when everyone gets a sugar daddy. The government should be my sugar daddy. Get those anyway in the UK. It's a common scam over here. Yeah. Kind of ridiculous. That's actually unironically based though. Hell yes. I wanted to watch this stupid thing because I saw this and I'm like, there's no way this is real. Apparently this is real. Hey, why has the chat taken control of content? I mean, I don't mind. But I did want to look at this because this is honestly just weird. Matt Walsh and a bunch of other right-wing chuds have put out a bunch of children's books. Hello, Lictor. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I want to react to this because it's like Matt Walsh reading a transphobic children's book, and I'm just genuinely curious. I have a morbid curiosity for things that I know are going to hurt me. And I want to hurt you too, because that's part of the dynamic we have here. Also, honestly, just like right off the bat, this sort of reads like a, just in the first 4 seconds, the first 4 seconds, it's almost like a parody of a children's show, like a parody of Sesame Street.
Okay. Hello, boys and girls. My name is Matt Walsh. I am a children's author, and I've written a book called Johnny the Walrus. This book is all about identity.
Cheering kid sound effect. Yeah, that's what gave me the, like, this is a piss take vibe. Thanks for the BDSM sadomaso stream. Yeah, this reads like a Tim and Eric sketch. Yeah. I mean, what little I've seen of Tim and Eric, yes. Honestly. Isn't Matt Walsh like this super confused right winger? Yeah, pretty much. Kid in the red sweater looks like he doesn't want to be there. I doubt any of these kids want to be there.
And imagination. What is identity? Does anyone know what identity means?
No.
Do you know? You know what identity is? No? Okay. It's who you are, right? That's what it means. Now, who likes to pretend to be things? Is there anything you like to pretend to be? How about
Oh, we're off to a great start here. Goodness me.
in the back?
I like to pretend to be
A ninja. That's a good one. What about you? All right.
Yeah, honestly, Matt Walsh doesn't seem like the kind of person I want anywhere near children, personally.
Well, we all like to use our imagination. Sometimes I use my imagination. I pretend to be a monster. I chase my kids around because I'm big and ugly, so I could be a monster. That's what this book is about. It's all about a boy who pretends to be a
This is not a parody. I know. This reads so much like a parody. These kids are uncomfortable. So you don't know what identity means? Because I don't know, and I was hoping you could teach me, Matt Walsh. And Matt Walsh likes to pretend to be a stable person. He can't speak to kids. It's really weird the way he's talking to kids, isn't it?
walrus. He identifies as a walrus, and his mom's a little silly. She takes it seriously and thinks he really is a walrus. That's silly, isn't it?
So what is this thing doing on the floor?
We don't have to worry about that. We're going to read the book now. Okay.
Why did they include that clip specifically? That was really weird, wasn't it?
Is this thing doing on the floor?
We don't have to worry about that. We're going to read the book now. Okay.
He's trying to save his fellow classmates from this nightmare. Look, I found this thing on the floor. Please stop talking to us. So many of them raise their hands, you can't fucking talk to them like a human being. Looks like an old-timey communist to be this much like a chud.
Johnny's a boy with a big imagination. One day, he's a dog.
What is that furry art right there, by the way?
The next day, a crustacean. It's like a crab or a lobster. One morning, he came.
Why do you need to explain that? Have I read Trump's new book? It's a children's book. Wait. Only pictures. It's a children's book. Johnny is literally me. Look at the bush stuffed doll with long arms. Wait, what creepy doll? Oh yeah, holy shit, I didn't see that. Oh my god, right in the fucking middle of the frame. What is that? What is this? This is seriously a joke. This is not serious. This is not real. This is a sketch. This is a sketch. Okay, this is comedy. There is no way they've got a fucking George Bush doll. Look at the amount of effort they've put into this satire. This is not real. There is no way this is real.
Downstairs, barking and clapping. Wood spoons for tusks and sock fins a flapping. He had spoons in his mouth. He was pretending to be a walrus. I'm Johnny the Walrus, he said with a roar. The wood floor's my ocean. The carpet's my shore. He's swimming around like a walrus. Isn't that silly?
Do I need more reasons to be ashamed to be American? Oh, there's an infinite list, honestly.
Johnny's mom loves her sons.
A crab or lobster, you wrote the damn book. How do you not know which it is?
Make-believe time. You're Johnny the Walrus till you change your mind, Mommy says. But Johnny's mom's phone said it's not just pretend. So she went on her phone, and there were people telling.
Oh god, here we go. Oh no. Laugh or no juice and cookies after. Yeah, seriously. Enjoy that look, Broken. Yeah, some of us are pretty cool. I bet you are. I know some cool Americans. I don't think you're all absolutely depraved. Dude, watch Tusk. Here comes the transphobia. Like, this is honestly kind of weird. It's like just... This is not how children's books go, generally speaking. It's like, Johnny's mum found something on her phone. It's like, what? Has this guy ever read a children's book? He knows... This is like... If Matt Walsh actually wrote this himself, he knows the vague general idea of what a children's book is, right? But it's like your mate when you're like 15 years of age and you guys are playing video games and your friend's got a really cool idea for a video game and they're like, I'm going to make a video game one day and I'll tell you all about it. Here's what's going to be in it. But they don't actually have any clue as to what goes into making a video game. Anyway. Beside the point. That's a dumb analogy. Enjoy that one.
Telling her that this isn't pretend. He's really a walrus. Only a bigot would say that. How dare you offend? What's
Only a bigot? Fuck, why are you putting that word in a children's book?
a bigot? Anybody know? The mean person, right?
These kids look so uncomfortable. They don't want to be here. Why do they insist on indoctrinating their children with nonsense? I bet you Matt Walsh went to Jesus camp and loved it. A bigot is a mean person. Yeah, okay.
Mommy was told to take John for a checkup. All these people are holding signs. Johnny is a real walrus, one sign says. Human walruses
Oh my god, are you serious? Matt, come on, dude. The cringe is real. Come on, dude. Are you kidding? I want to punch the book in the face. And yeah, the art fucking sucks, doesn't it? It's really not good. Let Johnny transition. Stop. This is such a false equivalency, honestly. Comparing children playing make-believe to people transitioning. They have no sense of nuance whatsoever. Yeah, the kids even know this is whack. The kids have even got an idea of like, this is weird. Why is this creepy man with a beard talking to us this way? Anti-Walrus. Yeah, it's an SNL skit. Honestly, this is funnier than an SNL skit. Or at least any they put out in the last 20 years.
are real walruses. Let Johnny transition, all these people are saying. You'll need to eat worms and to put on gray makeup.
They legitimately just told the kids to act grossed out just then. You can just imagine. It's like, okay, stop the recording for a second. Kids, you're gonna need to act like I just showed you a bowl of vomit, okay? It's kind of child abuse. It is. It is.
The worms give you whiskers, the gray blends you in, the doctor says. And a simple procedure cuts feet into fins.
This is the kind of shit that they used to teach kids. Like, they used to tell these kinds of horror stories to children back in the 1800s, back in the 1400s. Tell these horror stories to children to scare the shit out of them, to scare them straight. To scare them cis, basically. Matt has worms in his head.
The doctor wants to cut into Johnny and make him into a walrus.
Yeah, like, these kids aren't getting it at all. Grimm Brothers vibes. Yeah, this is literally the film Tusk. This is weird. This is disturbing. Holy shit, Matt Walsh, don't go near children ever again. I hope this is CGI. I hope he wasn't actually in a room with these kids and he was, like, superimposed into a different shot.
That's scary.
It's gross eating worms, Mom. They're all so dang twitchy. He doesn't want to eat worms.
Worms are bad for you. I thought I didn't eat worms, but I did.
Wood spoons
Yeah, like, dude, you're literally talking to children who eat worms. They'll do it for fun. Like, have you ever met a child before? These little fuckers will eat a cockroach if you leave them alone for 2 minutes.
kinda hurt, and the makeup is itchy. Deep down, Johnny's mom knew that something was wrong. Look at Johnny. He's
Also, some cultures do actually eat worms, so invariably there's a teeny little ounce of racism in there too. Referring to the German story about the kid who got his thumbs cut off because he kept sucking him, that's a banger. I look fire today. Thank you, Nikki.
dressed up like a walrus, but he's not having a fun time. But she felt so much pressure, she just went along. The internet people knew just what to do. She went back to the internet to look for answers. Never a good idea.
What the fuck is going on? This makes no sense. He's trying to, like, sell some kind of moral to the story here, but it is so ham-fisted. Nobody, a 3-year-old through to a 30-year-old, is going to take this seriously. Nobody's going to look at this and take away any positive messaging from it whatsoever. Nobody's going to look at this book and take it seriously. Who's buying this book? What are those kids reacting to again? Literally, a producer off camera has just told them to act grossed out, and they've just gone along with it. Because they're good little children, and they'll get their juice boxes and their snacks afterwards. He's manipulating kids to be anti-trans. That's fucked up.
And Mommy was told to take John to the zoo. Now she's going to take her son to go live at the zoo like he's a real walrus.
I don't want to live at the zoo.
When Johnny arrived, the walruses grunted. And the mommy says, "My boy's a real walrus. His growth was just stunted." I mean, she really thinks this kid is a walrus.
But it's not.
They've literally, like, he and other people who are transphobic have convinced themselves that this is how this works. Like, they can't distinguish a kid playing make-believe to somebody being transgender. They can't tell any different. They can't see how those are at all different. They cannot fathom any nuance to anything in the world whatsoever. They have a very binary worldview, right? Literally anti-science along the way. What happened to letting kids be kids? Yeah, he's literally written a book, right, about a kid who likes to play make-believe and then turned it into this really creepy, horrific screed about the kid transitioning into a walrus, which has literally no basis at all whatsoever in society, in reality, at all. It's blatant fear-mongering propaganda through and through. It makes sense to them. Women aren't human. Well, makes sense to compare a trans person to a non-human animal, yeah. Far too many people who are somewhere on the trans spectrum, including me, will deny trans identity because they're led to believe transitioning involves terrible extreme measures, not unlike what's being described here. Fuck you, Mr. Walsh. Yeah, exactly. He's just literally propagating the same tired old tropes which scared me away from transitioning 16 fucking years ago, right? I'm glad I finally came around to my senses and did the thing.
No. The zookeeper thought, what's she talking about? Ma'am, that's just a boy with wood spoons in his mouth. Now he's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Now he's the voice of reason. What do you think the message is there, children? And yeah, again, they've been told to cheer. Look, that is not a classroom of kids enthusiastically cheering for something. They've literally just been told to do it. What do you think the odds are, right? Because I know there are theatrical groups for kids this age. You know, you could sign your kid up to acting classes or whatever. What do you think the bet is that Matt Walsh found a little, 6-year-old's acting school, and just went along and was like, okay, kids, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a good performance for Mr. Matt Walsh. He's going to pretend to read you a book, and you're going to do everything we tell you to do. Like, these kids are not genuinely reacting this way at all. This is the fakest cheering I've ever seen in my life. He put himself in the book. He did. Oh, fucking hell. He put himself in the book as the voice of reason. Holy shit, that is... It's got... Look at the... Okay, hang on, sorry, I gotta turn you off for a second. Look at the fucking arms on him! He's given himself... He's the Mary Sue voice of reason. He's made himself super buff and super handsome. What's on the next page? Is she gonna get down and suck his cock? Like, the name tag says Walsh. How many kids would naturally share the phrase of the voice of reason? They don't even know what the voice of reason means. These are kindergartners. Matt Walsh has no concept of imagination or suspension of disbelief. He has no concept of identity. When he was asking at the start of the video, okay kids, what's identity? He didn't know the answer to that question. He gave himself abs. Can you see that? Can you see what I'm seeing right now? There's abs. He's put abs on the t-shirt. Holy fuck. And boobs. He gave himself a nice set of tits too. Look at those knockers right there. Holy crap. Why am I on HRT? I should have just got on steroids. Anyway, abs and pecs.
Spoons in his mouth. Now he's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Right? But if I believe that, they'll say that I'm phobic. Protecting your son, ma'am, is what's most heroic.
Phobic and heroic is a bit of a stretch for a rhyme, but anyway.
At last, Johnny's mommy was able to see that Johnny's not what he's pretending to be. Now mommy ignores the mean things on her phone while Johnny pretends he's a bird flying home. The end. Thank you.
Why did he make his self-insert look like all leftist podcast men? How is this even allowed? This is so cringe.
How do you make books?
No, I just sat down and wrote it.
There's another one.
There's another one there. We got a bunch of them. They're gonna be all over the place soon enough. You can ask your parents to buy it for you.
Yeah, just advertise to children while you're at it.
Is there a particular ending we're looking for here, or just...
The Daily Wire. Oh my god, that makes me want to neck. Holy crap, that was so cringy, the applause ending. The whole thing was just cringe, start to finish. I can't, just... If my here's the thing. Stop, kid, don't touch my shit. If I was, is there a particular ending we're looking for here? He didn't even have, I bet he put that in there. I guarantee you. Here's the thing. right? He did the whole, is there a particular ending we're looking for here? I guarantee you he wrote that into the script for the bit to make it seem more relatable. What's the moral of the story? You can't do anything about it? Yeah, like, I don't know what message he's trying to send there other than just calling into question trans people's existence. That's all it is. It's just a transphobic book at the end of the day. It's just comparing people transitioning, people having a grasp on their own identity and transitioning to kids playing make-believe. They're two very separate concepts. The message is trans people are pretending to be their gender, effectively. The message is trans people being transgender is comparable to kids playing make-believe. And we don't take kids playing make-believe seriously. I'm trying to think of an example of that my own kids have used. Like, I don't... What do my kids play? I can't think of a good example because they rarely play games together. They often separate themselves and mind their own business, or they play video games or something. I'm a wonderful parent. But, you know, he gave several examples in there of kids pretending to be this, that, or the other, right? Of Johnny the Walrus pretending to be all sorts of animals. And it's like, yeah, kids do that. Kids play make-believe. Kids play pretend. Kids do whatever they want to do. But it's not the same thing. Who gives a fuck if Johnny wants to be Walruskin if he's not hurting anybody? Exactly. It's like, who gives a shit? Right? South Park from 2013. Yeah, I've seen this. We've seen this one. We've seen this one before. You know, this bit has been around for a while. Never heard you talking about your kids before. I don't generally bring them up all that much, although it is kind of relevant when we are talking about somebody like Matt Walsh in a classroom with children, you know, spreading propaganda. Like, just literally spreading propaganda. Because what he's saying there, right? What he's saying to those kids, right? Let's just put this in the perspective of a school. So, Johnny the Walrus is what, 8? 6? 8? Let's say 6. Let's say Johnny the Walrus, Johnny the kid is 6. And he likes to play dress up as a different animal. He likes to play dress up as a dog, or as a walrus, or as a bird, or whatever. What's the message those kids are going to be getting from that? You know, when the voice of reason is saying, oh, he's not a walrus. What do you think the kids are taking away from that in that classroom? Because other kids are going to go play make-believe. What do you think those kids are going to actually hear from that story? It's unacceptable to play make-believe. So you see another kid going and playing make-believe. You're a 6-year-old, there's other 6-year-olds running around. And you see a 6-year-old playing make-believe, pretending to be a dog. You've just encouraged other kids to go bully that kid for pretending to be a dog. Even ignoring the transphobia thing, you've just encouraged bullying. Don't use your imagination. Go beat the shit out of that kid. Go tell him he's not what he thinks he is. Go tell him off. Go say, you're not a dog, actually. Go harass that kid. That's what Matt Walsh is encouraging. He's encouraging schoolyard bullying. On top of the transphobia, which he is trying to manifest in literal 6-year-olds. You know. You mean I'm supposed to believe that Matt Walsh was able to reproduce? I fucking hope not. God. Paid stooge of the anti-furry lobby. Matt Walsh has 4 children. How horrible for them. Understandable, important to respect their privacy and innocence. Exactly. Matt Walsh probably thinks bullying is just part of school. Exactly. Fortunately, my daughter, who is in school, and I don't want to go too deep into any of this, of course, because, you know, I'd like to maintain some privacy around my kids. But fortunately, you know, my daughter's only ever had good little social stories. She's got friends that she plays games with online. She goes and hangs out with them at school. I've never really heard anything. She's never told me anything about any bullying. I'll prod her about it maybe because I care about her. But fortunately, she's never given me that down in the dumps kind of vibe, like she hates school because people are being mean to her. So, you know, that's nice, hopefully. You know, but I can't be there for the 6 or so hours a day that she's at school to verify that she's perfectly okay and there's no harassment going on. But, you know, generally speaking, you don't want your kids to be going to an environment where they're going to be facing harassment in the same way you don't want to go to a workplace where you'll be facing harassment, right? You don't want that kind of stuff. And there's no way, like, I'm not saying those kids are going to grow up to be bullies. But you can certainly look at the way that book portrays kids playing make-believe, and you can see how that might manifest into bullying behavior, certainly. Right? That's just my opinion on that. I don't know. Anyway, from my experience, you should carefully prod them. I never talked about constant bullying, even though I perfectly could. Well, true. Maybe I should be a little bit, maybe I should prod a little bit and try to find out, because, you know, it's always worth it to try to, you know, get that kind of communication going. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just, you know, trying to say that Matt Walsh's book is irresponsible in numerous ways. Shouldn't be sold to kids. Shouldn't be read to kids, of course. A majority of boys harass each other too as a form of friendship. Yeah, which can stem back to toxic masculine stereotypes. Anyway, I might turn this into a video for YouTube, so that'll be fun. We don't have a video up for this week yet, but we'll get there. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to come and hang out in the stream here at twitch.tv/AbigailBeck. Like, comment, and subscribe if you are here on the red play button app or whatever. Bye. Anyway, I'm going to take a break. We're going to take a break. We're at like 10:45. We're like 15 minutes past usual break time, so we'll do that. And then we will come back and talk about neo-Nazis, because that's always fun. Don't go away, folks. Right as I come back, the music stops. You love the synthwave. This is... how do I copy a link to this playlist? Here we go. I hope I posted that correctly. Welcome back, folks, to the Rogue Room. I'm your host, the Abigail Beck. What's happening? What's doing? What's going on? Hi, Lugilia. How you going? Anyway, what have I missed? Matt Walsh has a #1 bestseller on Amazon in the LGBTQ category with 27 ratings, all 5-star, and the book is not coming out till Q1 2022. Oh, that's completely like, that's not rigged or anything. Goodness. Between this and the PragerU video, I wonder, do any of these people have copy editors?
Continuing your membership. Gay and Conrad.
Gay and Conrad. Thank you, Monarch, for the 2 months. She doesn't know. What do I know? Penis. I know now. I see you said penis in chat. Do any of them understand the concept of don't publish the first draft / cut? Do they not look at this before sending it out? I mean, we've been reading a lot of news recently. News from like recommended publications. And editing seems to have just gone out the window. A lot of people don't give a shit because they just want the next bit of content to be out the door and done, generating interest no matter how many flaws are in it. You would highly recommend not reading those reviews. Oh, please, somebody send me the reviews. I need to look at them now. I need to look at these reviews. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to put you through this. Reading age 3 to 5 years. I would not read this to a 3 to 5-year-old. Fuck off. Especially not for 30 pages of this bullshit. $29. Hang on. Oh, also we got this here. Hang on, let me just look at something really quick. Okay, hang on. I just noticed something. There we go. If you want to have a Greta time? Great time? Retired rich at 27. No, I don't want to look at that. Here's some candy. Anyway. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydration. Restrooms aren't really a thing now. Editors cost money. Okay, so. Where's the reviews? I want to see the reviews. I've read it more than once. Ben Shapiro. A very important piece of literature. Michael Knowles. I've actually read the book and it's hilarious. Is that it or are there more? Editorial reviews. Are there other reviews? This is fucking... Really? Reviews from other conservative commentators. Dr. Seuss Who, can't wait to read to my little walruses. All political pundit adults. Excellent children's book. Let's have a look. This book teaches kids that it is perfectly normal to be creative and imaginative in their younger days. That's grim. In their younger days, but not beyond that. Johnny is allowed to pretend to be a walrus or a shark or even a panda if he wants. Little Johnny can choose to be a walrus one day and a cheetah the next, as kids often go through phases such as these. When I was young, I aspired to be a herpetologist. What's a herpetologist again? It is the responsibility of the parent to both encourage creativity and instill truth to a child. While a parent can pretend to be a scary polar bear and chase the child around playfully, to affirm the child's belief they are a walrus and take steps to permanently change the physical appearance of the child through surgeries and chemicals is to commit a lifelong disservice to the child. This is not happening! This is not a real thing that is ever happening. Chances are when the walrus phase wears off or when the child grows older, they will ultimately wish to return to what they were put on this earth to be, a human. Matt Walsh elegantly and sophisticatedly explains these basic truths in this book. A must read. What does this have to do with anything? And yeah, 27 global ratings, all 5 stars. What does this legitimately have to do with anything? They've literally created something to be mad at. They've made up an entire fictional reality to be mad at. Of course, it's all just transphobic dog whistling, but it's so hilariously out of depth. Kenny Goff, it's 2 Fs. Those who give this 1 star did not buy the book and are basing their reviews on their own political ideology. Everyone else knew the plot and enjoyed this immensely. Book's not coming out till 2022, March. I mean, of course, we did just watch the video of him reading it, but the book's not out yet. Everyone who gave this 1 star did not buy the book. No one has the book yet, dickhead. Melissa, no one has the book. No one's bought. Well, I mean, you can buy the book and not have it yet. You can pre-order it, but this is like, why is this in LGBT? Yeah, like really, why is this in LGBTQ plus books if it's what are you saying there, Matt Walsh? What are you saying there, Amazon? It's about a kid who wants to be a walrus. What's this got to do with LGBTQ plus books? Lots of closeted walrus people out there. He's also just gay. Hang on. I need to just give me a second. Well, I just take this. I need to take this. Okay, I need to go to the Bird app. Let me close this. Let me make sure I'm not. Let me go to the Bird app. Do I know? Yeah, we were just talking about the film Tusk. What? Is it the cat? Okay, here's a tweet for you, folks. Why is a book about a kid pretending to be a walrus in LGBTQ plus books? Don't follow me on Twitter. Well, you should. Everybody should follow me on Twitter right now. What? What's he doing?
It's like just so agitated. He's like laying under the coffee table and just like scratching in the wood.
He's in a mood. I don't know. What? Oh yeah, clicker, laser. Does he want his laser? Yeah. My cat. Oh, hang on. Doom has redeemed hugs.
Okay.
My cat knows the sound of the drawer. No, I didn't add Amazon. Oops. Sorry. My cat knows the sound of the drawer opening where we keep the laser pointer. So now when I open my drawer, he comes running in desperate for the laser pointer. Anyway. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. We're both wearing torn shorts. This is gay as fuck.
Yeah.
This is like super hella lesbian. Don't get spiked. Oh, this one doesn't have spikes.
It's still a bit.
Oh, does it have spikes? At the front. Gay. My god, kissing on Twitch. Is that TOS?
I think your camera's a bit higher than usually is, so you can
Okay. There we go. Anyway. It's in #1 bestseller. Yeah, this whole thing, this whole marketing scheme to sell a transphobic children's book has been rigged to the gills. Okay, yeah. Is that TOS? It's just a kiss. Do you remember the time when it was a big deal, big hubbub, when a big streamer who was, I guess, allegedly straight or maybe even bi, did a sub goal for like a subathon or a charity stream or something? I think it might have been a charity stream for a queer charity. And for hitting their goal, the two girls on stream embraced in a passionate lesbian kiss, right? I think there was no indication as to the sexuality of the streamer of the two of them. The other one just being a friend, I think. And it was a big controversy because, like, oh, you're going to be doing this charity stream and then you're going to be like doing that kind of thing as a sub reward, as a goal reward or whatever. It's a bit tacky, honestly. A lot of people had a problem with that. Anyway, let's go back to Amazon. Johnny the Walrus, Johnny the Walrus. More reviews. I want to read more of these because these are just fucking hilarious. Okay, you're kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. Recently, the child in my life has started identifying as a walrus and uses walru, walrus pronouns. Those are not pronouns. That's not how this works at all. It's been impossible to find something that captures the lived experiences Wall endures each day. But this book has done it. Wall has found another walrus identifying person, WIP, in Johnny, which really helps raise awareness of this growing yet marginalized community. Thank you, Daddy, for this impressive work. Holy shit, I want to die. This is so bad. Like, what's fucking hilarious about it? Yeah, that's deep trolling. What's hilarious about this is that the book literally, like, talks against walrus identifying persons. Matt Walsh comes in at the end and he's like, I'm the voice of reason. Your child's not actually a walrus. They're just a child. It's like, what the fucking shit. These people actually bought it. Verified purchase. Oh, that's grim. Great book. No, it's not. Didn't John Lennon identify as a walrus once? A much-needed voice of reason. A refreshing voice of reason in a genre mired in groupthink and politically charged storytelling. What, children's books? What? I mean, honestly, we were talking about, like, the political leanings of media before, but what politics are in kids' books? Best-selling children's author Mr. Walsh does a wonderful job layering his best-selling novel on 2 different levels so that both children can prepare themselves to identify illogical talking points. What? But it also demonstrates parents how to teach and prepare young minds to identify / engage / reject untruthful and inconsistent suffocating ideologies. What is this shit? Holy fucking shit. This guy has a pedestal in the UK to be transphobic and homophobic. I'll have a look in a sec. I'll open that. Hang on. Amazing. I would expect nothing less from a world-class children's book author. Can't wait for the next one. Love the book. Love Matt Walsh. Great author. If Dr. Seuss, then Matt Walsh a close second. Yeah, great review. There's even more. Oh, God. I'm not. No, I can't anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't do any more of those. Dr. Seuss. Okay, so what have you sent me here? This guy has a pedestal in the UK to be transphobic and homophobic. Let's have a look. While we're sharing that cheese pizza is fine article from Rob Little, let's not forget the I couldn't be a teacher because it's impossible not to statutorily are children article. Year 10s are aged 14 to 15 for context. So in The Spectator, I never found out because the one thing stopping me from being a teacher was that I could not remotely conceive of not trying to shag the kids. It seemed to me virtually impossible not to, and I was convinced that I'd be right in there on day 1. We're talking secondary school level here, by the way, and even then I don't think I'd have dabbled much below year 10, as it is now called. I just thought we ought to clear that up early on. At my old comprehensive... What? Stuck on a normal fucking island. Here's the full article. What is this? We should all leave 1-star reviews. I wonder if you even can. What is this? Here's the full article. What am I reading? Rod Little. I couldn't even read that. Who is this guy and why? What? Okay. Let's just grill our brains, okay? Don't get it, this guy's a pedo. Are we seriously just giving pedophiles the opportunity? This was from magazine issue 29th of September 2012. This is old. I don't know who this guy is. Single-handedly ruined the word shag for me. Anyone who uses the word shag should be put in the stocks, honestly. He's been pumping these BS views for people to see for years and no one has checked his hard drives. Austin Powers is the only person who can use the word shag. Do we read this? I don't... Man openly admits to being a pedo, gets platformed to calling trans people child abusers. Oh, is that what it's about? Okay, hang on. Let me find... I want to know what this is about. Okay. Now you've got my attention. Let's talk about this. Okay. So that this goes on. If a trans person were to say this, not only would they be rightly reprimanded, the whole trans community would be branded as perverts. Should it really be a crime to look at cheese pizza? Says Rod Little. Let's go back. Are there any other... What else is there? This. Israel has been spared Sally Rooney, Rod Little. Who's Rod Little? He's a pedophile. I would like to present the worst opinion writer of all time. So we got this one. A peaceful, easy life hasn't made us happy. Perhaps it's time to give war a chance. Oh god, he looks like that. If you do one thing this election, stop your kids voting. I'm identifying as a young black trans chihuahua and the truth can go whistle. Okie doke. This man cannot be real. Why Boris is wrong about burqas. My own view is that there is not nearly enough Islamophobia within the Tory party. Half of black children do not live with their father and they wonder why they're dying. I suspect the first thing many of you thought when you heard that a 14-year-old boy, Jaden Moody, had been knocked off his moped and stabbed to death in East London, the first thing after a wave of utter revulsion and pity at a young life wiped out was, what is a kid of that age doing out at night illegally riding a moped? Are you serious? Yeah, turfs are famously in good company. Then we got this one again. His wording here is, so I don't think I'd have dabbled much below year 10. This is... what? This guy has a platform? So what do we got? Rod Little, Durham. Uni student stage protest after spectators. Rod Little goes on transphobic penis rant on campus. My stream exists to bring you pain. For anyone who was curious, I am here to make you all suffer. I am the arbiter of bad news. He looks so pathetic. Am I allowed... I mean, we know this is an awful person through and through. Am I allowed to just say he looks like shit? Can I just be that person? I don't even care about his opinions on anything. I just want to say this man looks like shit. Just off the... You know, that ground... That baseless... Not grounded in anything, kind of ad hominem. I don't care what you have to say, sir. You look like fucking shit. I know he's a horrible person, which is why I feel justified saying he looks like shit. Anyway, students at Durham University walked out of a Christmas formal dinner upon learning that Rod Little had been invited to speak as a guest of the college principal. Don't insult shit, please. Yeah, you know what? I've dropped turds that look more attractive than this man. Professor Tim Luckhurst, principal of Durham University South College, later defended Little as a humorist after the Spectator associate editor made a speech on the 3rd of December that included racism and transphobia. During his after-dinner speech at South College, Little said that when it comes to gender, the left is against science or pure facts, adding, a person with an X and a Y chromosome that has a long dangling penis... Why a long dangling penis? Is scientifically a man. That's not how that works. And that is pretty much scientifically the end of the story. Science doesn't work that way. He looks like a parody of Boris Johnson. The Sunday Times columnist, who said in 2018 that he is identifying as a young black trans chihuahua, went on to tell Durham students that colonialism is not remotely the major cause of Africa's problems. Oh, honey. That's a self-report, yeah. And that the educational underachievement of black students is nothing to do with institutional or structural racism. So this guy's just basically a reactionary and a pedophile. What a winner he is, according to student newspaper Palatinate. Little's invite was reportedly known to the university prior to his attending the event, but not to students, who organized a walkout during the dinner in response to learning that he would be speaking. His fee for an after-dinner speech is between £3,000 and £5,000, according to his agent. More than a dozen students left before he spoke, and several more walked out during his speech. Little's long rap sheet includes famously posing the question in 2003, should it really be a crime to look at child P? And writing an article saying he couldn't be a teacher because he could not remotely conceive of not trying to shag the kids. Not Jeremy... Hang on. Oh, my bad. I meant Boris Johnson, not Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, okay. Students reportedly shouting disgusting and racist at Little as he left the venue, and a pro-trans poster was later stuck onto the principal's door that evening. South College principal Professor Tim Luckhurst, a longtime friend and colleague of Little's, had invited him to make the after-dinner speech at the formal Christmas dinner. In videos shared on social media, Luckhurst can be heard defending Little to students after his speech, saying Rod is a humorist. Let's have a look at these. How many bits of the thread are there? Videos taken on the night of the Rod Little incident. These were taken at a public place and are presented without personal comment or adaptation.
What are you frightened of, you silly people? I think you are an arse. Why not? It's like say arse, apparently. Can we all have it?
What was that little song and dance about? I couldn't make out anything from that.
Every time. Look, you've hurt us about this bigger things. All that people have done is speak. And speech does not cause pain. Now,
I hate that fucking dog shit take. Speech does not cause pain. He has no idea how speech works, does it? Especially platformed speech.
No, it upsets you. That's different. I will have the conversation with you with great.
Okay, that's part 2. That's the only part I could make out.
He didn't say that tonight.
No, he didn't say it tonight, he said it before.
Rod is a humorist.
He said black and Asian people shouldn't join the BNP. That was disgusting.
Arse, it's Tuesday.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, if speech didn't cause pain, how do you explain how genocide starts exactly? So many people think that you can just overlook the way that speech can influence people. Every fucking day.
Rod is a
You don't think it's
humorist.
disgusting to say
I
black and Asian
think
people shouldn't
that
join
you are
the BNP?
characterising
Say that to her. You're a disgrace.
I'm going to go back and have a
You should
drink.
resign.
I'm going to
run out of school.
He said something about humor. You are something humor.
You don't think it's disgusting to say black and Asian
I
people
think
shouldn't
that
join
you
the
are
BNP?
characterising.
Characterizing humor. This isn't Little. This is the guy who is an associate of his who works at the university, I think, is what we read.
Say that to her. You're a disgrace.
I'm going to go back and have a
You should
drink.
resign.
I'm going to
run out of school.
That's fine. I would be delighted to do that.
Please do. I'd be glad to see you go.
Thank you.
Mischaracterizing humor? Maybe that's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, please go. Yeah, leave.
The deputy pedophile? Football Tuesday.
I am astonished. Your intolerance for argument. You shouldn't be in
I'm not intolerant when
university.
You shouldn't be in university. Okay. Part 3. 3 part 2.
I'm
You
not
shouldn't be in
I'm not
university
intolerant when I'm
because
leaving.
you are not prepared to
This
listen to
man has
us.
told people like me,
No,
unhuman,
he
and
hasn't done
yes,
anything
he has.
different.
Yes, he has. He said we're unnatural and perverse. That's disgusting.
No, he's
How am I
expressed.
supposed to feel welcome in this college and you're bringing people in like that? It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so we get the gist of that from the videos. I mean, there's more. We'll continue reading the article. Luckhurst's wife has also been identified in videos shared on social media in which she mocks students, calling them asses, and saying... so Luckhurst is this guy, I think. Luckhurst is the professor character in this narrative. And saying, what are you frightened of, you silly people? What are you frightened of? If I get this correctly, this is the wife of the principal of a college at Durham University versus students objecting to an unannounced speech made by Rob Little where he made a number of racist and transphobic comments. Yeah, this is like these people legitimately believe you can say whatever you want, and if you get offended by words, that's a you problem. That's really not how this works, you know? Especially when that speech... I'm just holding a tissue for some reason. I have a bin here. It's just chuck my rubbish out. Especially when like people in positions of power, you know, generally speaking, white old guys, old white men, feel they have the capacity to say whatever they want because sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. You might go to bed, Fox. Have a good one. Arguments, not answers. Anyways. I want to believe his comments on shagging kids was some form of satire or some such. I want to believe. How do you frame that as satire, though, is what I want to know. How do you frame those comments as satirical? Durham University students call Rod Little racist and transphobic. Student societies at Durham University responding to the incident called Rod Little's speech racist and transphobic. We are horrified to hear the stories coming out about the formal at South College involving Rod Little and Tim Luckhurst, said Durham's Working Class Students Association, Durham WCSA, on Twitter on the 4th of December. Allowing Rod Little a platform to enable his transphobia and racism is beyond inappropriate. Oh, it's way worse. Principal Tim Luckhurst, who was filming defending Rob Little and calling his students asses, later apologized, telling Palatinate that his intention is never to offend. Of course. It's always after the fact. It's always after they've already said the thing, isn't it? This should be a thing. Animation for just throwing rubbish into the bin on screen. Durham WCSA added that freedom of speech cannot be used to defend transphobia and racism, especially on campus where students are supposed to feel safe. The WCSA called on the university to investigate. We are horrified to hear the stories coming out about the formal at South College involving Rod Little and Tim Luckhurst. And we already read that bit. Durham University's Intersexual Feminist Society responded with an open letter which has been signed by more than 1,000 students and former students and is backed by the university's LGBT+ association and Labour Club, calling his invite to speak unacceptable and saying that his speech contained numerous transphobic, sexist, racist, and classist remarks. It's just a prank, bro. Filthy prank. The open letter draws attention to Little's history of mocking trans people and making problematic remarks about race and culture before sharing testimonies from students who were present during his speech and calling for a formal apology from Luckhurst, who called the student walkout pathetic. The disrespectful response to students walking out or asking for an apology by the principal and his wife, the letter continues, was unprofessional in any environment, especially considering his role as principal. While we understand the importance of free speech and the value of academic speech, we firmly believe that this incident can be placed in the realm of hate speech. Such speech should not be tolerated in Durham University. A peaceful protest on campus is reportedly planned for later this week. WCSA, the Working Class Students Association, which is needed due to rampant classism to Durham being just like Oxford and Cambridge. Okay. Quote from Luckhurst, "My intention is never to offend. I hope to stimulate robust discussion and debate. I regret any offense that has arisen, but I fear we have no right not to be offended. As George Orwell noted, if liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people things they do not want to hear." That is not at all the way that anyone can read that. It reminds me of the fucking MLK Jr. quote of like, judge a man not by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. Right? That's the same thing with that Orwell quote, taken wildly out of context and manipulated to mean a certain thing that it doesn't mean. If you want to openly blather this kind of stuff, you should be able to suck it up when people call you as an asshole for it. Absolutely. And the thing is, he isn't even the guy that was saying it. He's defending the guy that was saying it. You know? Orwell reported people for thought crimes to the UK government, those people being subsequently disappeared. That's how you incentivize rational discussion through hate. Yeah, sure. Anyway, Durham University launches investigation into Spectator journalist's invite. Principal Tim Luckhurst, who was filmed defending Rod Little and calling students' asses, later apologized, telling us his intention was never to offend. Sincere commitment to freedom of speech is inevitably challenging. It's not freedom of speech, though. They really need to learn the distinction between freedom of speech and hate speech, right? It requires us to consider ideas with which we may disagree instinctively. But he's defending a guy that was... Why is this saying a pop-up window? He's defending a guy that was, telling jokes about race and transness. That, Anyway, I regard that as a crucial part of the excellent education we offer here at Durham. My intention is never to offend, so here's that quote again. The university has confirmed that an investigation is underway into the incident. The university categorically does not agree with the comments reported from a speech given by an external speaker at this occasion, and is concerned at reports that the behaviors exhibited at the occasion fall short of those that we expect, it said in a statement. We are looking into this as a matter of urgency, and an investigation into the circumstances is now underway. TW, Transphobia, Pedophilia, Racism. As a postgraduate researcher at Durham University, I want to use my platform and role within Durham to unequivocally condemn the decision to invite Ron Little to South College last night. And there we go. Pink News has contacted Rod Little's representatives for comment. Unsurprisingly, there's nothing more on that front. Gee, I wonder why. So how are we feeling, Knitting Mob, about that? Especially if we go back to like all of... For anyone who was curious... we're talking about this guy, by the way. We're talking about this bloke. We're talking about this fellow. This tremendous individual who absolutely needed to be given a platform. Honestly, if nothing else, this should illustrate quite perfectly. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Categorically dog shit people are continually given platforms because guess what? They know folks. It's all about who you know. You can do anything if you know the right people. You can go up in front of an audience of college students, some of which are members of marginalized communities, and just shit all over them under the guise of comedy, or whatever you want to call it, under the guise of humor, and get away with it. Well, not really get away with it. It's being reported on, but who knows what's going to happen. At the moment, we're talking about this guy who looks like a melted pile of feces. I will continue to shit all over his appearance because I don't care for him as a person. Anyway, usually I'm relatively respectful to people, I like to think. That's a fucking lie. But anyway. Shall we move on? Yeah, boo. That's how I feel too. That's how I feel too. Alright. Let's move on to white nationalists because that's always fun. Here we go. Stories worth watching. This was on CNN today. I saw this. Remember former PM Margaret Thatcher and the Met who destroyed the files. The Met destroyed the files. on investigations into MPs who are accused of sexually abusing children. And, you know, the Catholic Church and all of that as well. Here's a thing that I spotted today that we could take a look at. The Patriot Front, a group widely considered to be white nationalists, marched at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. wearing white masks and carrying plastic shields. Let's have a gander at this. Hope it's not too loud. Hang on. I feel like the audio might be too loud. We got to wait for it to load.
A chilling sight in the nation's capital. A white nationalist group known as the Patriot Front descended on the National Mall over the weekend. Its members...
Okay, I just want to just pause for a second and say how much I do love this aesthetic of like a nice layered brick wall with a huge TV that's backlit. I know that has nothing to do with anything, but I just love how that looks. It's really just not relevant to anything, but I've seen a number of... I've seen this particular vibe in other situations. I'm just simping for the way it's laid out. Yeah, backlit TVs are very nice to look at. They are.
Wore masks. Some carried plastic shields. And according to their banner, they were marching, as they put it, to reclaim America. Joining me now, early start anchor and CNN correspondent Laura Jarrett, back with the CNN senior political analyst John Avalon. Look, we can agree that this one is too many, right? To see anyone marching a white supremacist to the Lincoln Memorial is a sight that none of us ever wants to see.
It's a weird laughing.
There's something almost too on the nose about having a bunch of guys dressed up like they're ready to go to war, dressed up with like battle armor and shields, because in their minds, the Civil War never ended, right?
Right.
And what they're chanting is always so
Oh my
telling.
God, imagine siding with the losers this hard. What a call out. She's like, they're acting like the Civil War never ended. That's it, isn't it? These are people that are convinced, they are actually convinced that the Civil War is still ongoing. We can still win it, guys. We still got this. Meanwhile, the game ended like... How many years ago was the Civil War? I was going to make it like a sports analogy. Like, okay, they think they can still win the football game, but it ended 3 months ago and everybody's already left the college. Like,
claim America. When was America ever taken? And who was it taken from and by whom?
Well, they feel like it's been taken from white folks.
But since when are brown and black people ahead, right? So it's since when are white men
applying
still
logic
not on
to
top?
their anxiety.
My point is to say there's something so...
Anxiety is a good point here. I'm just going to remind you all that phobia does mean irrational anxiety, and a lot of these people are phobic across, like they're xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, any sort of phobic, honestly. These people are just really anxious and worried about things that really don't... They're trying to think of something to be worried about because they got no real problems. There is reams of research on the fools who still support the Civil War. It worked out great for Germany in the second half of the Great War. How Trump can still win 2067. God, I hope he's not still going at that point.
Remarkable about having self-avowed white nationalists, white supremacists, marching on a memorial for somebody who signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah. Yeah. It just sort of exemplifies the country's ongoing struggle with racism.
Yeah, and look, the fact that we're seeing an acceleration in the wake of
Is that literally where the Boogaloo Boys got their name from? That's fucking hilarious, actually.
Charlottesville. That these are young folks, and they're masking, and they're carrying shields and battle armor, which of course is a sign of their own weakness. These are weak, anxious people trying to find definition.
I can pause it with this button, okay? That's fucking love the call out. These are weak people. Fucking get them. Go for the throat. Yes, I love it.
Definition and strength in this kind of militaristic white nationalist nonsense. The reason it's more than just a bunch of clowns trying to march on the Lincoln Memorial is the ADL found that this particular group, Patriot Front, was responsible for 80% of the white supremacist propaganda found on campus and elsewhere in 2020. So, and it's a young person's movement. This isn't just a bunch of old cranks waving their fist at the sky about how the country is changing.
The leader's 23 years old.
Okay, there we go. The leader is 23 years old. Okay, we're not going to watch another video, CNN. Sorry, we're done with that. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to read this Rod Little article anyway. Yeah. The whole, like, it's a meme, you know, it's a joke, it's a jab they can hide behind satire. It reminds me of the Thoughts Line video we watched yesterday regarding, what's his name? Nick Fuentes. You know, the whole thing about it's not serious, we're just having a laugh and blah, 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 blah. And that just compounds on the issue of treating serious things as though they can just be joked about. Right? The Nazi catboy fucker. Yes, exactly. They should march in Stormtrooper armor or LARP gear. They should. Yeah, like the the reality of the situation is that, and this comes back to what we were saying before about speech. Actually, you know, no matter which way you frame it, speech has the ability to influence people. Like, how do you think any of us get any concept of society in the first place? It's passed down to us from our parents, from people around us, from our friends, from whatever. We get ideas from language. We get our ideas, we get our thoughts on the world from the things that we interact with. So you can't really dismiss something like comedy, for example, like satire or anything like that, as not having an influence on people, because out there's someone who's taking that shit seriously. You know. Meanwhile, the CPAC stage is a fucking odal rune. Yeah, exactly. Can we go back to that? Which was a Nazi symbol, or at least a Nazi appropriated symbol, which doesn't make it any better. But yeah, here, this thing, this one. So, you know, the stage resembling a Nazi symbol. It is a Nazi symbol, yeah. So it wasn't a symbol they appropriated from whatever else. It's, at any rate, it is a Nazi symbol now. Wearing the odal rune is prohibited in Germany, as well it should be. Anyway, should we watch this? What's this thing? I feel like this. What is this? A piss take? More from the Weekly. I mean, I like him. What's his name? Is that Tom Gleeson? Do we want to watch this bit? Go Away Melbourne, from 2018. Because we were talking about going to Melbourne before. Do we want to watch this? It was prominently on the collars of SS officers, true. They have a lot of fucking symbols. I don't even know which ones anymore. Well, true. Yeah, true. Let's watch this. Let's have a bit of comedy. Say what you want about Germany, but the fact that they just made Nazi shit illegal is a Chad move. It really is. And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is, as far as I have heard, Germany does still have a bit of a Nazi problem that they are dealing with. They are actively fighting against Nazism still today, which, you know. That's a why are you posting why are you screaming conspiracies in my chat? Weird take, bro. Weird take. Anyway.
Melbourne, a city where a haircut can make up over 80% of someone's personality. Melbourne is the cultural heart of Australia.
Oh no, we've got canned laughter. I don't like canned laughter.
In the same way that a turd is the heart of a turd sandwich.
Unless you love traffic, overpriced food and a public transport system from the 1970s, then Melbourne's not the place for you.
So whatever you do, don't come here. Tonight on Go Away, I'll show you why.
Oh, they're doing a piss take of a certain travel show. What's the show they're taking the piss out of? Imagine it's us laughing. Yeah, I'm imagining it's you laughing. I mean, the jokes aren't not funny. It's just I hate canned laughter with a furious passion. Denazification only ever went surface level, if at all. Well, yeah. Every place has a perpetual Nazi problem. It's kind of a bug in human brains when they can't empathy. True. You either live in a heavily left-leaning and majority immigrant descendant part of the city, and even here there's a bunch of Nazis. Fucking hell. Nazis still ended up in government positions in the new Bundesrepublik Deutschland after the war.
It's cold.
I mean, I'm a canned laughter child too, and I think I have a trauma response to it, and I don't like it anymore. That is my trauma response. I watched too many sitcoms like Seinfeld that had canned laughter, and now I'm like, fuck, don't give me that shit. Yes, you can join the knitting mob, Scribbles. Don't worry, we're a non-political knitting mob. We're just going to get together and knit. Talk about techniques.
If you enjoy being stuck in a confined space with people you don't know, trams are a great way to get around.
Melbourne got rid of its tram inspectors years ago, which means all trams are now free. Turns out they still do have tram inspectors.
Fair evasion, $75, lol.
Melbourne is the sporting capital.
Also, this feels a bit dated now, given that we've lived through a pandemic. This is pre-pandemic. This is back in 2018. So, like, I feel like there's some relevance that's lost as a result of the pandemic thing. Socialist trams.
The world.
Need the
By
cue
world,
to when to be
you
laughing.
mean Victoria.
Melbourne is controlled by a brutal warlord named Eddie Maguire. He rules this city with an iron fist.
That's funny.
He governs a system of warring gangs associated with the bizarre cult known as the AFL. If you are wearing the wrong coloured scarf, your life is in genuine danger. Off, mate.
Eddie Maguire wouldn't let me on his radio show, so I had to make do with the voice of Melbourne, Tom Elliott.
Tom Gleeson, good afternoon.
Oh, thanks for having me, Tom.
What's Go Away all about?
It's a travel show where I travel around Australia and I warn people about shitholes they should never visit. And this week I'm doing Melbourne.
Wait a minute, you want to say Melbourne is a place that people should not visit?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have any views. It's very flat. No harbour, no beaches. The only thing you can stare into is your own existential angst.
That's it. I'm moving to Melbourne. I love the sound of this already.
You say we haven't got beaches. We've got the penguins walking up at Phillip Island every night.
That's a mud flat.
Busloads full of tourists going down the Great Ocean Road.
Tramloads of people going where they don't want to go.
People love the trams.
A tram is just a bus with no options.
Okay, that's good.
For a view, I visited the coast.
Welcome to the biggest joke in Melbourne, St Kilda Beach. The beach is home to a wide variety of marine life, including plastic bags, dirty nappies, and fecal bacteria.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I hope they clean that up.
Airports to get to, and once you've arrived, you'll immediately feel
Actually,
like
a gross out
because
moment.
there's no train link to the city, so you can sit in traffic for hours, just like all the no-hopers that live here. After your 4-hour journey through traffic from the airport, the first thing you'll see is the Melbourne Star observation wheel. The wheel is built on reclaimed land and yet to be reclaimed by tourists. One revolution takes an hour, so you have plenty of time to take in the majestic view of the traffic jam you've just escaped. The wheel is open 365 days a year, unless it's broken, which happens pretty regularly. Sometimes when people are on it. So pack a lunch and something to piss in.
Had to bike from the airport, brought all the way from Portugal. Fucking hell. Don't show the guy the Istanbul traffic. Hello, Mia. How you going? Because buses regularly detour from their scheduled routes. Saw hashtag dick out trending on British Twitter. Surprisingly, it's not transphobia, but anti-cop. I mean, based. That gives me flashbacks to when I was working at a restaurant. A couple times this happened where people left behind fully filthy nappies. Yeah, what is the deal? Okay, like, parents, please have some respect for like service workers. Do not change your dirty child on the table you're eating at. Have respect for like the service workers and the other customers. I've heard this story numerous times. Why are people thinking this is acceptable? Who are these delinquents? Fuck. I mean, I know we shouldn't use this word, but those people are legitimate degenerates.
Melbourne's laneways are so dreary to look at, public vandalism is considered an improvement.
There are hidden gems all over Melbourne. Some of the best cafes and restaurants are hidden behind closed doors in even the quietest of places. Let's take a look. Great wine bar, mate.
You can't come to Melbourne without trying their signature drink, coffee.
Melbourne's coffee has to be good to distract you from the full body agony of sitting on milk crates. Oh, hey, where are your toilets?
Sorry, mate, we don't have any.
Oh, you just pumped 4 shots of coffee into me. Now I'm going to shit myself because you're too cool to have a toilet. So there you have it. Melbourne would be a great place to see if it hadn't disappeared up its own arse. So when a Victorian tells you for the 100th time that Melbourne is the world's most livable city, tell them to go away. I ordered a beer.
That was alright. I'm not too fussed with Charlie Pickering. That's not Charlie Pickering, but The Weekly with Charlie Pickering. But anyway, that was decent. That was alright. That was pretty amusing for a little bit. Oh, whoops. I just started playing my own video, my own VOD. Was Melbourne the place where they killed Starbucks? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, seriously? Is that a thing? Because they've got Starbucks in Sydney. It's all over Sydney. On the table, full filthy nappies. Fuck, they do, but they don't give a shit. Okay. Y'all can say piss on TV. Yeah, you could see tits on TV. It's amazing. My parents have a tale of one of us being changed on a bed and leaving a mark on the far walls. Our sister's kids got changed with a diaper held as a shield, and nothing hard to clean down range. Oh my goodness. That's a whole mess. I look forward to never having to change nappies ever again in my life. I'm so glad I'm past that point, and I'm sterilized, so I can't ever have kids again, biologically. Based Melbourne for killing Starbucks and making us look into the void of our own existence. Wait, so what? What? I'm confused. Is there no tits also in German TV and saying Scheiße? Are there no Starbucks in Melbourne? Is that where I'm looking at maps and there's Starbucks. Not going to birth kids. I do not recommend birthing children. I do not recommend contributing to the population of this shitty world we live in. You know, we don't need more. We don't need more kids. Don't give us more kids. No more. No, done. We're done. No kids. No more children. I am pro-abortion, but anti-choice. There should no more kids. No, I didn't birth my kids. That would be an amusing story, though. Here we go. 4 reasons Starbucks failed in Australia. 3 reasons. 3 reasons. It says 4 reasons. Okay. Why does the article say 3 reasons? It says 4 reasons in the link, but it says 3 reasons. Anyway, I did contribute to the birthing of the kids in some way. Oh, fucking hell. Recommend adopting children if you want to take care of them. Welcome back, Broken. Can somebody tell me how to disable this thing that asks me to log in with an email account? Because I don't want to do that. Can you stop doing that, Google? Or Firefox? What browser am I using? Beautifully pronounced Scheiße. What's this that we got? Another video. Why Starbucks? Well, we could just watch this. We could just react to the video. That'd help. It's the same artwork, so I imagine it's the same content.
Starbucks has coffee shops all over the world. There are more than 28,000 locations.
Mash, thank you so kindly for the tier 1. For 4 months, you legend. Never plan on having kids, so estrogen nuking my nuts is actually a pleasant side effect. Love it. Based.
In 76 markets, from Shanghai to Guantanamo Bay. And in China, a new Starbucks location opens up every 15 hours. But there is one
which means technically we are 1 sub away from our daily sub goal. Can we smash it?
Continent that seems uninterested in the hype over the Seattle-based coffee chain. And that continent is Australia. It's proven to be one of the toughest markets in the world to break into. So tough, in fact, that Starbucks closed more than 2/3 of its stores on the continent back in 2008. So what went so wrong with Starbucks in Australia?
There's only like 25 million of us, and that's not that many people that want to buy Starbucks.
To answer that, let's go back to July of 2000, when Starbucks opened its first Australian shop in Sydney. From there, it expanded fast. By 2008...
It went so wrong for being sucky. I wonder if Starbucks does deliveries to Guantanamo Bay's prison. Starbucks Event Horizon.
Thank you for
there we go,
continuing your
Grimthorpe.
membership.
Thank you so much for subscribing for the 2 month. There we go. We have smashed our daily sub goal of 5. Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Starbucks had 87 stores across the continent.
They need to sell beer, they do.
I think one of the problems for Starbucks, and it's true for a lot of businesses that have been successful in one country, is that they thought that their business model could just roll out to a different environment and there was no need for them to adjust.
As a descendant of a noble family, I don't need to spread those inbred genes. I hate to break it to you, but we're all inbred technically if you go back far enough.
But that was the problem. It tried to grow the empire too fast. Starbucks rapidly opened up multiple locations instead of slowly integrating them into the Australian market.
When they launched too rapidly and didn't give the Australian consumer an opportunity to really develop an appetite for the Starbucks brand. They also moved into regional areas, into outer suburbs of major cities. And so for the Australian consumer, it was almost like it was too available for them. And so there wasn't
I'd also like to be inbred so all my haters can fucking eat me.
This point of difference, this want, this need for Starbucks.
Oh, a hype train is close, by the way. I've just facilitated a hype train, sort of. Not really. We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to hit a hype train. Someone cheer like 100 bits, then we can have a hype train and be like, we did the thing that Twitch wants us to do.
Organic growth, which is what we very much saw in the US.
In its first 7 years in Australia, Starbucks accumulated $105 million in losses.
Another one of these
by 2007, Starbucks Australia was hanging on by a thread, taking big loans from the US, totaling up to $54 million. And in 2008, Starbucks announced...
Yeah, let's not give Jeff more money. Just tip me on coffee. Let's do it. Let's get that Melbourne goal. I want to go to Melbourne. So let's get it to 300. Fuck it.
So shutting down 61 stores. But of course, 2008 was a difficult time for businesses due to the financial crisis. Along with the Australia closures, Starbucks also closed 600 underperforming American stores. But even still, such a retreat in Australia was embarrassing for the brand.
When you're shutting down 75 stores,
this is honestly just relaying business to me. Honestly, it's just like, oh look, business happened. Here is a business. Here is business not doing as well as business should be doing.
For the Australian consumer, when they did leave the market, or at least a large number of their stores were shut down, they didn't
Why
really
do I
care.
not have a tip command?
It's partly because Australians are spoiled for choice when it comes to coffee. Australia's coffee market is one of the biggest in the world. The industry is expected
to get coffee, but that command seems relevant. Hello, I'm businessy McBusiness person. It's also because their coffee is shit while at the same time costs about the same as the average kidney on the black market. Hello, I'm business person. Here, have some business. Yeah, there's my coffee if you would like to directly contribute to what used to be the Boob Fund, which is now the Melbourne Fund. And also, if you tip me any money on coffee, it's not going to make that bar go up, so I'm going to need to like manually adjust it. But
to hit more than $6 billion in total revenue in 2018. They've been immersed in nuances of cafe culture since the mid-1900s.
Thank you so kindly for the tip.
When Italian and Greek immigrants began traveling to the country. The immigrants introduced Australians to espresso. By the 1980s, Australians were fully engulfed in cafe culture. They've also grown accustomed to specialty menu items, like a flat white or an Australian macchiato.
So cafes in Australia were born out of like the Italian culture of, meeting a friend and knowing your local barista and it being kind of like a local meeting place where everyone knew each other. And that coffee was just a part of that. And then Starbucks came in with what is more of an American style, like coffee culture, which is essentially just like coffee is a product, coffee is a commodity, coffee is like to perk me up in the morning. It's caffeination.
Starbucks had a basic
caffeination
menu and offered more sugary drinks, which most Australians didn't like.
There is no way that's
in Australia, where local tastes are different. So we don't really want a coffee that's hundreds of ounces with lots of sugar in it. We want something a bit more sophisticated.
Plus, Starbucks charged more than local cafes. So Australians instead opted to pay less for coffee they liked from a local barista they trusted.
And so when you come in with this big hey, we're going to open all these cafes and they're all going to be to-go focused, it just was the complete wrong market for what the Australian was used to.
But there's one American coffee company that's thriving in Australia. Founded in
Starbucks only succeeds where people love shit coffee.
Chicago and now based in Australia, Gloria Jeans got the traction in Australia that Starbucks couldn't.
What the fuck happened to Gloria Jeans? I have not seen a Gloria Jeans in ages. I've seen Starbucks's.
Jeans has more than 400 Australian locations.
When was this video published? 2018. Dude, Gloria Jeans fucking disappeared.
More than 35 million consumers in Australia.
As far as I know, are they an Australian coffee brand? I don't know.
Each year. So what is Gloria Jeans doing in Australia that Starbucks isn't? Well, the company attributes its success to two Australians who franchised the business in their home country. Shops started to show up in Australia in 1996. Fast forward to today, the company has a presence in every Australian state. The reason? Its menu. The chain offers a wide variety of espresso drinks and specialty coffee.
It is also rather mediocre just in general, I'm going to say. Like, it's not exactly better quality than Starbucks. I've tried both.
Failing to adapt its menu to Australians' coffee culture proved to be a mistake for Starbucks. And the company faces another challenge later this year: Italy. Starbucks is opening its first store in Milan in late 2018. Home of the espresso, Italy is rich in cafe culture. But according to Starbucks, it's not going to make the same mistakes that it did in Australia. The company said that it would develop in Italy with humility and respect for its coffee culture. It announced it would be opening a roastery, which is not your average cafe. It gives customers a chance to see coffee beans roasted and processed before their eyes. So there's a chance that it won't struggle like it did in Australia. But Starbucks isn't admitting defeat in Australia either. Starbucks is staging a comeback on the continent. In 2014,
Hang on, let me come back to it's literally everything in America. It's a commodity that either gets you to work or keeps you alive after work. Yeah, pretty much. Most coffee's pretty mid. Agreed. I genuinely, most of the time, only drink black coffee. That's it. We have 1 Starbucks per million inhabitants in Portugal. We have a real Italian espresso machines at every corner. Hey, Des, how's it going? During the 1800s, maybe early 1700s, the first known time for white people to tread on Australia. 1700s, I think. I might be wrong.
Starbucks locations in Australia were purchased by the Mount Waverley-based Withers Group. Starbucks told CNBC that since its sale to the Withers Group, the company learned a lot. So this time, it's taken a different approach to putting Starbucks on the continent.
So if you just think about Australia's a big tourism destination, there's a lot of US and Chinese tourists. Starbucks have been very successful in China.
Here's business,
it makes a lot of sense for them to build out because there are people looking for something that's familiar to them.
There's a story behind the Starbucks logo, actually. I can't remember what it is. Somebody look it up. I can't recall, but there is actually a story behind the Starbucks logo.
Now with 39 locations in Brisbane, Melbourne, the Gold Coast, and Sydney areas, this time it's not looking to appeal to Australians. But instead, the coffee giant hopes to be a familiar face for tourists visiting popular vacation destinations in Australia.
Australia's always been a high-volume tourist market. The same thing in terms of international students at our universities, potential opportunities for them. And
this guy is the son of Business McBusinessman. My father is Mr. McBusinessman. Call me business.
We're starting to see Starbucks enter into some large shopping malls here in...
Are you allowed to say that? Are you allowed to say all businessmen look the same?
Australia as well.
Australia welcomed 9 million...
Grandson of Lord Business. Radio still. Have a good night. Wasn't it also Captain Cook, who later got executed by the... I think so, yes.
Tourists from 2017 to 2018. And those international visitors spent more than $30 billion in 2017 alone.
I'm business-phobic too.
So tourists could possibly be the key to keeping the company afloat and preventing another downfall.
There we go. What do we think of that? That was neat, I suppose. That was interesting. There we go. Abby getting banned for grouping businessmen. Can I speedrun getting banned for grouping businessmen? Anyway. Anyway, the generic white men in suits talking boring business stuff. Really, like, who finds this interesting? I'm sorry, but who finds business interesting? I feel like nobody actually does. They're just compelled to because it's their job. It's a double-tailed mermaid. She was full tits out in the original logo. Yeah. I've been told the story behind the Starbucks logo like 3 times in my life. I still don't know it. It's not a great story. It doesn't sound very memorable. If you're a businessman, censored. Unfriend me. Hang on. Here's another tweet for you to like. Here we go. I'm gonna just enjoy this one. Go crazy with it. Go like this tweet for no reason whatsoever. Give me some interaction on this tweet. There we go. We got 1 like. Can we get 69 likes on this tweet? Probably not, but you know. Anyway, we've only got 65 viewers. I don't know how many of you are actually paying attention, but you know, go like that tweet. I know that the name comes from Moby Dick, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe, yeah. It's like golf. Nobody actually enjoys it. They just play it because that's where rich people hang out talking rich people things, pretty much. I mean, I've had a few things get 69 likes on Twitter recently. Mostly selfies, though. Or something mildly funny and relatable. Like, what's the most recent well-performing tweet that I've had? My skateboarding tweet. Do you want to see me skateboarding? I look like a total man here, but here's me skateboarding. I went skateboarding today. I'm riding ramps and shit. Yeah, and like there's me looking like absolute trash, by the way. It's mostly because my hair's tied up and whatever, but you know. Flipping off the camera because that's a skateboarder thing to do. Congrats on not falling down. Yeah, I didn't actually fall down. I can go up and down the ramps relatively well enough. This one did well today, I suppose. 57 likes. Getting called a homophobe for saying conversion therapy should be outlawed is certainly an experience. Your Doodle's Heart followed me on Twitter. Thank you. Look like a total man, yet being boober and not trans man. True. Actually, I remember early transition. It was really weird. I think I was wearing that sports bra under a tank top and going to that same skate park earlier on, when I was definitely not passing as femme by any stretch. This one did well. This one did okay. Wait, you're cis? I couldn't tell. You passed so well as trans. Never flipped off the camera before. Yeah, no, it's a bit of a I'm used to it at this point. Anywho, oh yeah, should we bring up the trans pride ring again? You have another account. We'll follow and like on that too. Oh, thank you. NB Everett, follow me on Twitter. Thank you. I appreciate it. Should wear protection. I should. I really should get some protective gear. There you go, Shay. The Starbucks is a siren, and thank you for the head pat, Suwu. And a flex. Known for luring sailors to their deaths, the corporate idea was that their brand would do the same, luring their customers to their coffee. God, that's fucking grim. Jesus. Oh, there you go. And hugs. Madeline. Here's my ring, by the way, if you want to see it up close. It's a trans pride flag. Hugs. Does it get hugs?
It gets hugs.
Madeline. You have to give me hugs now because somebody redeemed it. And a hydrate. Really funny Instagram called Well-Meaning Cis Hats, and it hits too close to home. I'll take a look and see if it's SFW. Hello. Hi, you. I'll try not to spike you.
It's okay.
Look, I got a witch medallion. Look at me. I'm so cool.
I know that.
I know. I just wanted to point it out to you because I saw it and I was like, well, that's cool. I should wear my say hello if you want to say hello. This is the GF. Want to know what a premium nothing is? It's literally nothing.
It's nothing.
It's literally. I could just turn the camera off if you want. I could just go like this. There we go. Nothing redeemed. There's nothing there anymore. It's all gone. Congratulations. You have redeemed nothing. Yeah, she's cute. She passes better than
Fuck
you. Vision is back. Yeah, I turned stuff off. For the lulz. I've got no water left, do I? Tiny bit, tiny bit.
It's fine.
Okay. It is 11:53. We're gonna call it short. Pardon? Oh. Anyway. Hate how news is made to be paid for now. Oh, I know. Hugs cooldown is hateful. It's because people kept spamming them. I set the price high and it's like, the stream kept getting interrupted. I couldn't make content because everybody just wanted us to hug each other. And also Smudge is now like leaning up on the desk trying to get scritches. Alright, let me... What is it? Well-meaning cis hats. I want to take a look at this. It is the cutest thing ever. Let me get rid of my notifications over here. Go away. Is that Cat? It is Cat. He's over here trying to attack me. We need to go back to when the news was spread by a boy yelling through the town. Do we want to bring back the... What was he called? There was a name for the, What?
What was this?
Like back in ye olden days. The town... There was the yeller? The town crier. Town crier. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a legitimate thing. Here you go.
I'm still here.
Is Maddie still here? Smudge is still here. Highlight my message. There you go. I should really read the highlighted message sooner, but they're worth like nothing, so it's not even. They don't even have value. Rrrr, he bite. Look at him, little socks. How many amethysts to dance with? I'm not dancing. I don't dance.
Dancing.
Look him go.
I can only slow down.
Him baby. Down you go. Him cute and ferocious. Then there's the extra boys of the 20s and 30s. Oh, we gotta do yo-yo now. Oh, fucking. Are you okay? Shit. He bitey boy. Okay, yo-yo time. I wonder if the cat will get interested in this. He never seems to. You like the outfit? I'm glad you like the outfit. Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm not, exposing anything. Because these shorts are short. They're very short shorts. Gotta show off the thighs though, like, oh gosh. You can't, like, deny the thigh. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. We lift in this household. Well, I do. You can lift if you want. I don't mind.
You've got a friend.
Why are you attacking my feet, you little freak? Bye-bye, cat. I believe in quad girl supremacy. Grats on the thighs. I worked really hard for them. Oos! Look at that. You can, like, see the definition in the bisexual lighting. It's not genetics. It's weights. It's squats. It's lunges. It's Romanian deadlifts, although that's mostly back here, not the front. Excuse me. Him in baby jail now. He just has to have cuddles. Sorry, Smudge. You have no choice but to embrace the compassion and affection we give you. Live with it, bitch.
He's like...
You baby.
Baby.
Okay. Oh, by the way, the badge that my mum sent to me.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, my mum sent me a selfie this morning of her in a Trans Rights Now pin, which is super cute. She said she bought it for me as a gift. So she's got the Trans Rights Now pin for me, but she was wearing it.
I'll keep it.
Yeah, I should just tell her to keep it.
You already have one.
Yeah.
I feel like she should wear it.
She should wear it on her like lanyard at school or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be based. Oh my god, can you imagine if like the trans rights row starts up? Oh my god, I saw a teacher wearing a transgender flag on their lanyard. They're trying to force their ideology down our throats. Okay, so here's what this Insta account is about. It's stock photos with comments the cishets have said. Let's have a geezer. Let's have a geeze, mate. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a gander for a few minutes. Not long. We're gonna like basically react to some well-meaning cishet memes. Like these are things that the cishets do say is the thing. Let's have a go. Think of the blood of your ancestors. Oh, he's just so himself, isn't he? I'm not sure what that one. You're having a giggle, mate. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, really. You've picked a difficult life for yourself. I've heard this one before. Have you heard this one before? Yeah. That one's rough. It's like, I didn't pick it, dickhead. You chose that name.
Chose that name?
What a nice name. Did your mum give it to you? I just feel so bad for you. Oof. Oh, it's all a bit beyond me, yeah. It's not that complicated, but they love to have a whinge about how complicated it is. You know, my gay friend. Okay, here's the thing. Like, do not out someone if they're queer in any way. Especially, like, I mean, I mentioned before that being gay is just generally more accepted these days. There are still homophobes, obviously, but broadly, socially speaking, being gay is more accepted. If you have a trans friend and you're talking to other friends, do not under any stretch of the imagination mention that they're trans. Do not say, I've got a transgender friend, actually. Don't out people. Well, I mean, don't out anyone. Don't out anyone for their sexuality or their gender, but, you know, without their consent. Are you planning on getting a sex change then? I've told this story before. I'm going to tell this story again. There was a co-worker, right, who I hadn't seen. Like, I left my job well before I transitioned. My old job. And there was this co-worker I was in touch with, and she reached out to me some months after I had started transitioning, or maybe not that long after, actually. And she just straight up said, "So have you had a sex change?" Like it's that easy. Yeah, I walked in. I walked into a surgeon's clinic on part-time Cole's salary and said, "Yeah, I'd like a vagina, thanks." Yeah, that's how it worked out. That's the story. I should have just said, yeah. It's a little bit more complicated. Oh, you're staying? You're just keeping the cat out. Picked it up at the speedy change around the corner. Some of the most galaxy brain questions one gets. Let's have a look at some more. What else we got? I support trans women and normal women. Oh no!
Yeah.
Cole as in Coles the supermarket chain. C-O-L-E-S. What else we got? Does that mean you're on Grindr? Wait, why is this woman's face so weirdly edited? What's going on with this? Yeah, I know it's a stock photo, but that looks like a mannequin where they've painted the eyes and mouth on. I have. I'm going to show it again, though. Thank you for reminding me about this cute little mage cat that I've got. Look at him. The little necromancer cat. He's going to raise the dead, but in a cute way. He's going to have his little armies of death widing across the plains. Death and destruction. I love it. It's so adorable. Okay, what else we got? Wow, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with periods. Now we're just commenting on the necromancer cat. I will weep your souls. Studying the Necronomicon. I will swallow your soul. I'm gonna fucking die. I hate looking at myself laughing, but this is fucking great.
I love looking at you laughing. Actually, you're beautiful.
All my lines come out. I need to maintain a stoic facade, and just do whatever Pixels Mixel does.
Fuck this one.
Yeah, fuck this one. Whenever someone tells a dumb joke, giggles. I couldn't maintain that. That'd be like, I need to laugh. I will swallow. Swallowy? What? What does that mean? Are we uwu now, Owa? What else have we got? Okay. Whatever makes you happy. I hate that one so fucking much. Because that's just saying, oh, you've made this choice.
I don't agree with you.
Yeah.
I want you to be happy.
Yeah, I don't agree with you. How dare you insult my subclass? To be fair with cats, it's more like he will pat your soul off the edge of the table and under the sofa. So, can we get a game where you play as a little cat necromancer, raising the dead birds and rats that it kills, as a little undead army traipsing the neighborhood, causing havoc?
Okay, Isaac.
Okay, Isaac. You're so inspiring. Oh, I fucking hate that too. I've heard that one. It's like, it's nice. It's a nice sentiment, but it's like, her face. I'm too competitive to be gay. I'd compare our bodies all the time, haha. What? That's a weird one. I don't know about that. That's a weird one. I didn't get it. Oh my god, I didn't mean to say that. I'm literally always the person who corrects other people when you're not around. I always get it right. Pronouns, maybe? I don't know. Yes. Oh, I love the Danish girl. I don't know what the Danish girl is. Oh, that's the Eddie Redmayne movie. I haven't seen it. Yeah, like the Eddie Redmayne movie where he plays a trans woman. Where are we going? We're just looking at these well-meaning cishet posts. Non-binary is it? Yeah, I just don't really get it, but I'm not going to judge or whatever. Which, like, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's just like, it's just weird. Non-binary? Raise your hand if you're non-binary. I love what you're doing. Did you dye your hair for Halloween? That one I don't get.
Blue hair and pronouns.
Blue hair pronouns? I bet you have blue hair and pronouns.
I do not.
Oh wait, you don't. You've got pronouns though. No, you don't have pronouns? Do not refer to you? Hey, get out of it, cat. Oh, you're missing out. Oof. Having you around has made me a lot more tolerant. Oh, that hurts.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
What's the pronouns meme? It's like, I do not have any pronouns, do not perceive me. Hang on. My pronouns are none. I love this one. My pronouns are none. Please do not refer to me. Even better, do not perceive me. For practical purposes, I don't exist. Me during Trans Awareness Week. Okay, we'll call it shortly. You never tell me about your dating life. I would love to give you advice. No. Do not want to accept dating advice. Love is love. Yeah, people say that, I guess. Yeah, I've got a nephew who thinks he's a girl too. Wanna vomit. Ugh. So I saw this documentary on people like you at the weekend, and I just had no. Ooh. Okay, I think I'm done with this. This is weird. Would I go on the Hippy Dippy Rumble if invited? I don't even know what the Hippy Dippy Rumble is. I watched one Vorsh video where it was mentioned, and I think it's a, what is it? Explain it. It's a debate panel thing. Oh, what would the subject be? Keep in mind, I'm just a person who talks about things on the internet. I don't actually have any education. I'm a dumb cunt who has a mild audience. What? I'm being self-derogatory. It's amusing to some people. About to redeem a link. I think it's pretty based, labor-related. SFW. Is it a video or something?
Just check all that.
Pardon? Yeah, I'm just casually checking if Elden Ring Collector's Edition is available at JB or eBay. It's not. But also the Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower Figma figure. Need it. Blair White? Oh god, no. Wait. You have pronouns? No, none. I'm a woman the same way that a smart is a car. Technically, it meets the definition, but it feels weird. The bullshit is they think we owe them knowledge. Wait, what? I'm confused. Usually it's whatever the topic of the day is, like Roe v. Wade or whatever item happens to be the discourse. I would consider it mainly for the networking opportunity. The opportunity to speak with people who are probably more influential than me and thus can probably elevate my standing in the streamer community. You know, I find that kind of amusing. You know, I am very much a person who craves attention in every conceivable way under the guise that it might lead to me having money someday. I don't know. I'm just... Can be pretty entertaining. I might have to check it out. Anyway. What is this you've linked me? We'll take a gander at this. Okay, TikTok took this down for community guideline violations. Anyway, devs and tech folks, no free work. Monetary attention craving bitch weird. Yes, that's basically me. Yes. Watching my YouTube and my takes land well, do they? I have a lot of people. I mean, here's the thing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'll keep using this phrase. I've stolen it, but I am claiming it. It's mine now. Life is like a video game. If you keep running into enemies, you're going in the right direction. And my YouTube channel is nothing if not me running into enemies in every single comment in my videos. Okay, there's one video we're going to look at, and then we're going to call it for the night. It's a brief TikTok thing. Let's have a look at this. Let's turn the music off for a second. You won't be able to hear it. Sorry.
That's true.
What?
And I'm never able to hear you.
Oh, okay.
Developers. Always be equipped with a fork and a knife and be ready to tell someone to eat your ass. People will hit you with, "You're a software developer. I got an idea. Eat my ass. You're a software developer. Develop software for Jesus Christ. Eat my ass. You write code. Find my start button. Eat my ass. You're a software developer. Work for me for experience. Eat my ass for experience. You're a software developer. Fix the time on my stove. You hungry? Work with soft things. Calibrate my scrub daddy. Eat. You look like a computer. You could bash my terminal. Face! You look soft. Bit! Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Now fuck with my hash map. You will never
Hang on, what was that one?
You look soft. Can I have a hug? Bit! Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Now fuck with my hash map. You will never catch me slipping. Computer. Ass. VS Code. Butt. Mouse. Yum yum fucker. 30K below market. App idea. Ass. Shitty but cute salary. Ass. Butt. Developers.
I'm worried she was going to stab herself in the face there, but that was based, yes. Basically just software developers dealing with software developer problems. I can only imagine. I have a couple of software dev friends, and this sounds about par for the course, honestly. Where's that vid? That's on TikTok. That was linked up in chat a little bit earlier. Anyway, streamer derogatory, yes. I should be treated like... The oven one is real. Wait, really?
You should be treated like one.
I should be treated derogatorily for being a streamer. It is not something... This is a choice I have made, and as a result, I deserve hate for being a streamer. Anyway, let's call it there while I'm looking at this gorgeous Lady Maria of the Astral Clock Tower Figma figure. Somebody please buy it for me. Pardon? Anyway, oh, there's my stream dashboard. Let's yeah, I need it. Someone send me 184 Australian dollars. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. I should really just get on to rating somebody already because it's like 10 past 12. I know I've been going over lately. I really shouldn't be. But, you know, we're going to move on to someone else. My she-it. Yes, I am a she-it. I still haven't updated my pronouns, but anyway. I am looking at who is available in my what's that called? My follows list. my followed streamers list. And you know what? I'm thinking. There's a couple of people. It's a couple of people where I'm like, I want to rate all of them. I can't rate all of them. No, we rated Pixel recently. I do see, however, Sean is doing Power Wash Simulator, honestly. But at the same time, we've got Grumpy Scotsman playing Dark Souls. You know I love a bit of me Dark Souls.
Yes.
Let's raid Grumpy Scotsman, because I love a bit of Dark Souls. I was going to raid Sean. Maybe I'll have to try to catch Sean another time. But I like Dark Souls. And Scotsman's doing Sen's Fortress. So we're going to raid Sen's Fortress, apparently. Gender critters are now claiming bats don't exist. What? That sounds like news for tomorrow. What? To prove basic biology. Wait, how? What? I'm so confused. What? Please drop us a link really quick before we go. I need to see this. We're not going to react to it now. I'll save it for tomorrow. Please tell me you've got like... Why do they exist? Only birds can fly and bats are birds, so bats don't exist. No. I mean, this. I'm just displaying my incredulity. Oh, it's a Katie tweet. We love Katie. All right. We love Katie Montgomery. Anyway, I feel like I'd like to chat to Katie Montgomery. We'll save this link. We'll have a look to it. We'll have a look at it tomorrow. You know, we'll do that whole thing at the library. Anyway, have a good one, folks. I'll probably have a couple of YouTube videos up this week if you want to catch up on stuff. That reaction to the Matt Walsh thing is definitely going up. Be kind to yourselves and each other. I love your faces, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Bye-bye. Where's the YouTube, Spotify music thing?